was lots of fun, guys. Be back 2 and 2.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and you're listening to Outlaw Radio, where we smoke, we drink, and occasionally we bother people who look old and weak.
Hi, this is Rick Dees with Magic Matt, a.k.a. Mr. Cigar, in the Lighten Up Lounge. We drink, we smoke, we interrupt.
What a day, man. What a day. I am under more pressure than an astronaut. Talking to my technical guy in Las Vegas. Because the goal here is, well, first of all, to be on a million great radio stations across the country, if there are that many, and there aren't. So how about just a fraction of that? We're on great radio stations in the Midwest, a little piece of Lake Tahoe, some Florida, and
Canada.
And Canada, that little tiny sliver of Canada where Randy Bachman resides. love that Randy Bachman. But the goal here, and by the way, I'm gonna get into this Joe Rogan in just a moment. This show, for a gazillion years, has always enjoyed a producer standing back here where I, Magic Matt Allen, on Outlaw Radio is standing. Lovely blonde woman. Well, she's no longer here, so it's me trying to do double duty. Producing, and of course, trying to host this son of a gun called Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio
and you're
on
doing
Rumble. Pardon me?
I was going to say you're doing one hell of a job, but never mind.
I don't
How about
blame
go
you.
to hell? How about that?
Okay, I can take that. I can accept that.
All right.
Rumble.com. That's where we are seen live right this second. The idea was to be on Rumble.com and YouTube at the same time, as well as great radio stations across America. So instead of having a ton of time of show prep, at least 4 hours, I'm on the phone with my tech guy in Las Vegas for hours. And this 24-year-old kid who is brilliant. Who was that? Was that Tattoo Dave?
Yep.
Okay. Do you have some sort of a frog in there that's not paying rent?
I believe so.
All right.
I believe that's what it is.
So this little 24-year-old, isn't that about the age now where these technicians live? Around there, 22, 23, 24 years old, and they can set up things without even friggin' thinking about it. It's like boom, 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 click this, and then they expect us in our latter 50s to understand this.
Yeah.
What? You didn't get that? No. For I am but a caveman. And the dirty little secret, I have always been tech challenged. And he said, Matt, the world has passed me by. The world has passed me by, technologically speaking. And
you grew up with rotary phones, damn it.
Well, yeah, but the dirty little secret is I've never been a tech guy. I've always been tech challenged, even when I was a kid. I haven't changed a lot. I mean, I started off as a professional magician at the age of 10 in the Great Pacific Northwest, swallowing razor blades, sawing people in half, and no computers. Nobody worked on a computer back then.
You just pulled rabbits out of hats.
That's it. And I saw people in half lengthwise on stage.
Yeah, there were no computers back then.
But some people his age, if he were to broach this subject or make that statement to someone his age about the world passing him by and that you're technologically challenged and all this, they may take it as a real slam. For me, I love honesty. It's the only way we get better and become more savvy and learned in things that we really want to be good in. And this is one of those things, although See, my problem is I have no interest in the technical aspects of this, probably much like you watching us on rumble.com and or listening to us on great radio stations and potentially YouTube. The reason we're having a problem with YouTube is the obvious reasons. They are dictatorial sons of bitches, and they love to throw you off the air if you throw out or spout out an opinion they don't agree with. Well, it appears that we have several of those opinions that they don't agree with.
They hate us.
Yeah, well, they do. But rumble.com rules, I think, if I may use that term. And now that term, what? Is that 30 years old now? That's the hippest thing I got in my back pocket.
Matt, the world's passed you by.
Yeah, but you understand how my feelings aren't hurt. No kidding. I get that.
Wear it like a badge of honor.
Yes, I get that. Because I do what I've always done, and that is professional broad chasing, meaning radio. You know, that's what I do. And I never even fit in school. I was not a jock. I mean, my brother Mark there, I think, was sort of a jock, right?
I was all-stars twice in baseball.
Yeah, okay.
Football.
See, that's your thing. And Tattoo Dave, I bet you were you a jock?
I was a football player, yeah.
Yeah, because you're a big son of a bitch, and to this day, I don't know anyone that would want to mess with you. You know, especially
I do.
Well, especially the fact that you are a gun toter as well.
Oh, yeah.
But I was never a jock, and I never had my head in books, so I was neither one of those guys. So what was I? Sort of an outcast. I never fit in. And, you know, the only time I really got into a fight and finally put up with enough crap was in Everett, Washington, 20 miles north of Seattle, and not far from the aforementioned home of our friend, and he's a friend of Outlaw Radio, Randy Backman of BTO. Mm-hmm. And I remember I put up with so much crap from this bully. And I'm not one of these guys who says, "Whoa, we got to keep the bullies down." No, it's part of life. And unless they kill you, then that's sort of a different thing. But bullying is a part of life. And you earn your stripes by being bullied. And you either step up to the plate and say, "I'm not going to take this anymore," or be that wuss that all these kids are in their 20s these days. And yes, of course, it's a sweeping judgment call, but a lot of kids, the majority in their 20s, are friggin' pussies.
Oh, they don't know how to defend themselves.
Well, yeah, but what about, and guys are not real men anymore.
Not really.
They're not at all. No. And you know that females, even though they say, "Oh, we want that more effeminate guy," and that
younger females want that.
No, but that touchy feeling. You know what, Mart? I don't even believe the younger ones want them, because the minute they are able to push those guys around, they get bored with them.
No, they like the bad boys, man. They still do. Chicks like the tough, rough bad guys, man. They do.
Yeah.
For the most part, they do.
So in Everett, Washington, we had our lockers outside. We were one of these stupid friggin' schools.
Oh, we were a woke school back then.
Yeah, and that, hey, you know what, Mark? That's the honest to God truth. It was one of these round schools. It was a prototype.
Oh, sure, we were a test. We were the canary in the coal mine, man.
Yeah. By the way, I'm going to get into Joe Rogan in just a second. I'm going to play this quick clip, and we're gonna not necessarily throw him under the bus, but you're
dissect it.
You're going to hear real, true, and unfiltered comments from us here on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
So, Matt, Everett, Washington, where Kenny Loggins also is from.
That's our claim to. Well, there are two claims to fame.
Patrick Duffy,
Kenny Loggins.
Patrick Duffy.
He attended Everett High, and Kenny. Oh yeah, Kenny Loggins. Patrick Duffy attended
to our high
Cascade.
School.
Cascade High.
Where we went.
And look what is he dead now?
No.
Oh, he's not?
I don't know, but he hasn't done anything in a while.
Yeah, well, you know, he probably doesn't have to. I'm sure he's got it.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't he like Aquaman and Dallas and
he's got money.
Knots Landing or something?
Yeah, he's got friggin' money socked away, man. Yeah. I want you to know, those of you watching us on Rumble, you're seeing the 5 screens here. This is going to change next week as Tattoo Dave steps up to the plate and produces this show.
Congratulations.
And when that happens, then you will be seeing me. This is not helpful for you beautiful radio stations who carry us, but just bear with me for a second. You will see, where the hell is this? Is it this camera? No, that's you guys.
in your spot.
That's you guys over here. Okay, that's where I stand, right there in this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar. I stand behind that microphone, and you see the back bar, and just underneath the camera is the beautiful, and it is a beautiful bar, and that's where I stand. So that's the way that'll work. I just want you to know, God, it sounds like I'm coming up with excuses, but really what I'm doing is giving you the facts on how this show works.
Well, as soon as Dave moves back there, I have a suggestion for this seat, for Dave's seat.
Oh, no.
Just some hot chick sits there. Didn't have to say anything.
Oh, yeah.
2 weeks. 2 weeks, we're going to put one right here.
Yeah. Okay, no mention of who's
No,
coming.
I didn't say it.
Yeah, okay.
Come on.
But we got a good one. We got a good one. I'm a fan, and she will be nothing but great.
Yeah.
So anyway, to make a long story even more tedious, it's around school. We didn't have classrooms. Instead, we had, what would you call those? Partition.
Cubicle? Nah.
No, they're not even cubicles, but little tiny pieces of board in between
the wall
classes.
partitions.
They were experimenting with us.
And it was such a crock of crap. So I'm out there in the locker. This guy who just bugs me constantly, he finally pushed me for the last time, and I lost it. And I beat the living crap out of him. And I will tell you,
good for you.
It felt good.
Right?
Because see, I'm not a fighter. I'm a magician. I'm not a fighter.
You made him disappear.
Well, I smacked the hell out of him, and then I get sent to the vice principal's office.
Same thing happened to me at Eisenhower in middle school, man.
I spent most of my time in the vice principal's office because I was kicked out of class. I would ask the science teacher, for example, I would say, so how does this religion thing, how does this settle with what you're teaching about Darwinism and so on? And she wouldn't explain it to me. She just kicked me out. I said, I know there are some religious people in here, and I'm just curious. Out! So then I would, and the great thing is, the vice president and my own self, we had a great relationship. We got along, and he said, hey, you again, good to see you. He said, hey, I saw your dad performing the other night.
Oh, they love Dad.
Oh, yeah.
He loved our father. He was
our father, the world's greatest musician.
Cops would let me go, and they go, oh, your dad's Gary Shear.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, next time, just be safer.
You notice, Mark, when I mention
Slow it down, buddy.
I don't mention his last name. Yeah, I don't want anybody hunting for him.
Oh God.
Yeah, but his name is Gary, and the world's greatest musician. So he said, yeah, I saw. And then I had 2 or 3 television shows on the air at that time, and I was just a kid. But
my friend, I was on one of the shows with you as your assistant, and I went to school. I just did it. I'm like, young kid. Kids go, I saw you on JP Patches. I saw you on the. I'm like, you did?
Yeah. Okay. So I would do. Okay. Yeah. I would do my TV appearances, and the vice principal said, "Hey, how did you do that trick with whatever?" And he would never. He
loved us.
He always told me. He said, "Listen, off the record." And I guess it's enough years by now where it doesn't matter because this guy obviously he's got to be dead. But God love him, and I can't even remember his name.
It was Eisenhower Cascade.
It was Eisenhower.
Eisenhower.
No. It was Cascade
High School.
Yeah, Cascade High. He used to tell me. He said, Matt, I will never admit to telling you this, but you got to get the hell out of here.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
He said this high school crap is doing you no good.
Yeah, when I got
there. And at that time, boy, Mart, you got diarrhea of the mouth. I mean, I like your input because I need it today, but man, just temper it a little bit.
Well,
I mean,
it is my show.
I mean,
buffer.
I mean, slow.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, slow your lane or whatever that is.
Slow your roll.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, slow your lane down.
I don't know, man. I'm a little excited. Sorry.
So
hey, Marty's in a good mood today. He's happy. He's good.
All right, that's good. That's my brother Mart, and that's Tattoo Dave. And over there, probably sleeping, is Mark C.G. Boyer.
Not yet.
Can you even see him on this? Yeah, unfortunately, you can see him. So that happened, and then my father, the great one-man band, incredible musician Gary, who I booked, not one to boast, here at Mastro's in Beverly Hills a gazillion years ago, got him the hell out of Everett, Washington. Why? Because you have this tremendous entertainer who plays every instrument. And unlike Wayne Newton, he plays every instrument extremely well.
Yeah. And sings.
And nothing against Wayne. I love Wayne, but he'd pick up a horn, play a couple notes, and then give you the impression that he was this incredible musician. Well, he was a great entertainer. I love Wayne Newton, but Dad plays every instrument phenomenally well, and his voice is it's perfection.
Dave heard his voice last week.
It's a lot
I
like
heard it before that.
Yeah, it's a lot like David Clayton Thomas of blood, sweat, and tears. It's that sort of voice.
Yeah, he's a great one.
So where am I going with this? Somebody help me. Reel me back
So
in.
you said, Dad, at the school, the Cascade.
Boy, that's not helping me at all.
Well, you said the principal.
You're talking about the principal.
You said, then my dad.
Yeah, never admit it.
By the way, my PE teacher and P.S. I would never shower. I would never shower.
I never shower with a guy.
Ever shower. It's like, why would I want to get naked with a bunch of guys?
I refuse to do it too.
I did too, Mart.
I did.
But the PE teacher's such a good dude.
He loved you.
Yes, because he's the other one that took me aside.
Yeah.
And he said, Matt, if you repeat that I said this, I will deny it. Get out of this school now.
I got to Cascade, and that same teacher came up to me and he said, You're Matt's brother.
Yeah.
I said, yeah. He goes, what's he doing? I said, radio, man. He's kicking butt. He goes, God bless, good for him, man.
And that's your story?
And
Okay.
He didn't.
So let me just.
I'm done. I quit. I was in a good mood.
Yeah.
Somebody just bursted my bubble. I don't know, my balloon.
Well, listen.
Another balloon shot down.
Ask all my exes, man. They'll tell you that I can burst their bubble instantly. Oh, yeah. That's what I do. I'm a guy.
Hyman.
It's not
Anyway.
just me. It's I'm a guy. I mean, that's what we do.
Bubble bursters.
Yeah, we burst bubbles. I mean, women give sex for love. Men give love for sex.
Hello.
We are completely different creatures, my friend. And, I know where I was going. So my dad, my one-man band, incredible musician father, he has this bright idea about touring the country, and we're going to tour with him. That never pans out. So we end up in a really bad part of Everett, Washington, about 22 miles north of Seattle. It's a crap area.
Oh, where we first moved.
Yeah, and so I think my brother Mart and I were attending the same school.
We were elementary.
And he finds me outside getting the ass kicked out of me
On his back.
by about 7 kids.
Oh, wow.
Kicking him.
And so Mart steps.
I started kicking the guys.
Mart steps in and he gets these little a-holes
Started
off
kicking
of me.
the hell out. Yeah, hell yeah.
So you see, I'm not a fighter, especially when it comes to 6 or 7 people. But
I thought you were going to say Marty stepped in and wanted to be cool, so joined him.
I started kicking Matt.
yeah, he started kicking me in the head.
I got my opportunity.
Hence the way I've turned out.
It's the all-star baseball team.
Yeah. All right, Joe Rogan. Let me find this. See, I have to search for things too, being the producer / host. Oh, that didn't come up.
We're going to try to help you on that.
That's good. Hold on. I'll get it. Okay, here we go. So this is what happened on the Joe Rogan podcast, and I would be lying to you, and I never do, if I told you that I could understand why he has a gazillion people watching this thing. I don't get it. Who made him the sage? Why do you believe in this man? I mean, Mart, maybe you can help me. You've watched Joe Rogan. What is
watched Joe Rogan.
I'll get to you there, Tattoo Dave. What is the appeal of this guy?
Okay. He's, the Fear Factor thing was his big, that was what put him on the map. He's a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
He's a funny stand-up comedian.
Right.
And he's I
know that.
Very talented, and so he got his own podcast going. By the way, huge numbers on his podcast.
Mart, I already set the stage.
Oh, okay, so
didn't I say it's the most viewed podcast?
Yeah, what I find about him, because he's likable and he doesn't really go on either side. He's more on the right.
Yeah, of
and
course.
he'll let you know that.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. It's no holds barred.
Yeah.
He'll sit there and smoke a cigar with his guests.
Oh, really? Boy, that's a
Yeah.
good idea. I wonder where he stole that idea.
I don't know, but
We've only been doing this for 20 plus
he's
years.
had Nugent on. He's had all these guests that come over and
By the way, Nuge 2023 here on the show.
You bet, man.
Yeah, you mark my words.
Kid Rock also. Let's get his ass over here.
and the Kid.
Gosh.
Yeah.
The Kid.
Yeah. So how about Tattoo Dave? How about you, Joe Rogan? What is his friggin' appeal?
I want to say that, like Marty said, he started out doing the Fear Factor thing, but then he moved on to the announcer for UFC.
Oh, that's right.
And that became huge for him.
Yeah.
And not only, because now everybody, male, female, everybody's into the UFC, so they all follow him. That's my thing.
Yeah, but
why do you like him?
But hold on a second. I don't think the appeal of UFC could translate to the number of eyes he has on his podcast.
He's
I
likable.
think he became world renowned because of his announcing and people knowing who
So
he
you
is.
believe that?
Step in.
So that it wasn't his comedy or anything else. That's what put him on the map.
I think so.
All right, here, dig this. This is Joe Rogan a couple days ago on one of his idiot I don't know. I don't watch it much, so I don't know if it's an idiot stick. I'm sure he has some good stuff as well.
He does.
You know, you throw enough S against the wall, it'll stick. Okay.
Did you see him sitting next to Ilhan Omar?
Oh, by the way, I don't know who this the chick is with him.
Did you see him sitting next to Ilhan Omar?
Hold on a second. Did he just say Ilhan?
Yeah, I believe he did.
Okay, Ilhan?
Ilhan.
And so Joe Rogan is the sage, but he doesn't know how to pronounce this friggin' anti-Semitic, America-hating piece of S, Ilhan Omar? Wouldn't you do a little due diligence?
He could have been stoned.
Or does he not care anymore because he has so many eyes on this friggin' podcast? So he just doesn't care anymore. But Ilyan? Isn't that a character from some fantasy movie? Or is that
that's
I think he
Gilligan.
I think he cares, and also
I was thinking of the Iliad.
And
Yes,
Matt,
Mark.
another thing that I left out really quickly is that he's a hunter, and he goes and kills elk, and he cooks all this meat.
All right,
in
love
different
that.
ways.
I
Yeah,
love that.
He's definitely a Second Amendment guy and all that stuff too. So that's appealing to me.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Hey, Mark, why don't you wait until your microphone's up, okay? Work with me, kids.
Okay.
Man.
Any possibility he's just doing a parody of the name like you do?
That's what I thought also, because he does do that. He's very smarmy and very sarcastic.
Within the context of what you're about to hear, that makes no sense.
Yeah, I would say no. I think it was just a slip.
No, yeah, but it's more than a slip. This chick is unfortunately a household name these days. This Ilhan Omar, you know, there were some people that flew their planes into 911. Some people did. There's some people. This piece of crap is a piece of crap. And the fact that you people continue voting her in, how stupid are you? I mean, you are the lowest rung of humanity.
She should have never been. Her association in the past, she should have never been allowed near.
Well, she and the AOCs and that whole, all those swamp creature pieces of crap, Ilhan, anti-Semitic, America-hating piece of S. So, Joe Rogan, work with me on this and follow my lead. It's Ilhan Omar. It's Ilhan Omar, not Iliad, not Ilian. Joe Rogan.
Did you see him sitting next to Ilhan Omar, where she's apologizing for talking about it's all about the Benjamins?
Yeah.
Which is just about money.
Hold on, I hate to do this again, but last time I'll interrupt this. Mart, do you understand now that he's not parodying her name? You know that he's not doing that on purpose.
He's probably stoned. He smokes a lot of weed.
Okay, once again, that's no excuse. I mean, I will drink bourbon, copious amounts of bourbon on this show, and I never use that as an excuse. Of course, what excuse would I have to come up with?
By the way, next break, bourbon.
Okay,
Coming
now,
up, bourbon.
Now uninterrupted.
Did you see him sitting next to Ilhan Omar, where she's apologizing for talking about it's all about the Benjamins?
Yeah.
Which is just about money. She's talking about money.
She shouldn't have apologized.
I'll go ahead and
that's
say not an anti-Semitic statement. I don't think that is. It's about Benjamins or money. You know, the idea that Jewish people are not into money is ridiculous.
Whoa.
Listen.
That's like saying Italians aren't into pizza.
Whoa!
It's fucking stupid.
Whoa! All right, when we return, our take on Jews loving money like Italians love pizza.
All right.
And this has nothing to do with Joe Rogan's success or the fact that maybe he has a few folks pissed at him right now. I think this shows his idiocy. But I'll give it to you straight next on Outlaw Radio.
Of a golden palomino, carrying a man who fights wherever justice needs a champion.
In a hideaway on the other side of the hill, with Hollywood close enough to smell, one man dared to step up to the bar and talk. And other outlaws heard the legend and joined together to tell their tales. This is how it began. Smoking, drinking, interrupting. Magic Matt Allen. This is Outlaw Radio.
Oh, yeah. With a lasso around the microphone. This must be Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Now on Rumble.com, occasionally on YouTube. You know where to find us. Or do you?
We'll make sure of it.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
What's up, what's up? Although the analytics on YouTube, they keep the white man down. Yeah, I interviewed this guy in Houston, Texas. I forget his name who did Tarzan Boy.
Yeah.
Oh no, I remember. Baltimora. Hit me now. Huh. Yeah, that was about it. He was a Brit. He was from across the pond. And Tarzan Boy. Yeah, it was never a good song. But, you know, we call it a business, we call it a mid-charter. And it was fine. I mean, it had a good intro. That's all we care about in Top 40 Radio. Great intro.
Of course you do.
We could talk up and stop talking right at the point where they start singing.
Yep.
Just so we could piss off every listener.
Rick D says he's better at that than you.
Okay. All right. All right. This is Joe Rogan, and to refresh what went down a few days ago, we discovered who the chick is with him. Good-looking chick by the name of Crystal Balls.
Yeah, Crystal Ball.
She's not normally a co-host. He doesn't have a co-host.
And she's not a co-host. I think she's just a guest on his.
But her name is Crystal Balls.
Balls.
Crystal Balls.
Okay. Yeah. You know, I went to a soothsayer one time, a fortune teller.
Yeah.
And I said, please read me. I gave her $20, and she said, I would, but you make my crystal ball smell funny.
Ho,
All right, here's Joe.
Did you see him sitting next to Ilhan Omar, where she's apologizing for talking about it's all about the Benjamins?
Okay, if you just tuned in, and I'll only do this one last time. It's not Ilhan, it's Ilhan. Ilhan Omar. Come on, Joe, you friggin' idiot. Get your act together. Ilhan Omar. What's your question, Mart?
Is it that big of a deal?
Yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't keep bringing it up.
Well, to you, it bothers you that much.
No. It's a big deal because that's not her name.
Okay, man, you got it wrong.
Ilhan is not her name.
Back off my buddy Joe.
Oh, okay. So you're defending the Jew-hating Joe Rogan. Here we go.
Did you see him sitting next to Ilhan Omar, where she's apologizing for talking about it's all about the Benjamins?
Yeah.
Which is just about money. She's talking about money.
She shouldn't have apologized.
I'll go ahead and
say
that's not an anti-Semitic statement. I don't think that is. It's about Benjamins or money. You know, the idea that Jewish people are not into money is ridiculous.
Listen.
That's like saying Italians aren't into pizza. It's fucking stupid.
By the way, there's there's a bleep there at least twice, because on our great terrestrial stations, the F word is not allowed. But it's just money, and it's like pizza is to Italians. This guy has shown how stupid he is, in my opinion. And please understand that I'm no Jew. Milton Berle, the great Milton Berle, the Mr. TV from the 40s, 50s, 60s. He was on vaudeville. Talk about a household name. That man was. And he and I were buddies. And he made me an honorary Jew one day at the Friars Club in Beverly Hills. But I'm no Jew. So when I say that, I'm not coming from a synagogue with a microphone. I am not a Jew, but I must tell you that his statements, in my opinion, are frickin' idiotic, and Joe Rogan deserves every bit of blasphemy that he is receiving because of the stupidity behind it.
That's your opinion. There's two Jews.
Hey, Mart. Excellent. See, this show is about opinions, and let me ask everyone in this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar. Name the host of the show.
I just want to say clearly you were voicing your opinion, and that was...
I know, yeah.
Well, no, that's your opinion.
Yeah, and that's Dave's opinion.
Yeah. That's your opinion. He was stating his opinion.
Well,
okay,
that is my opinion.
Let's.
No, that's a fact.
Let's start with the almost bona fide Jew in the room, my friend Mark C.G. Boyer. And I say almost bona fide because I shouldn't say this, but I will. He eats pork, so he's not 100.
Yeah, I'm a weekend Jew.
Yeah, but you're
be careful.
Mira qué cosa que quiere.
But you're even more than that, Mark C.G. Boyer, because you attend every Jewish holiday. You are there, and it's not simply so you can take the day off, or is it?
Well, possibly.
No. Now, be honest with me.
No, I enjoy the time with the family.
Right. But the religion part, you're a sort of a semi-religious Jew, are you not?
No, not really. No.
So you don't believe in God?
I don't believe in the Christian God. I believe in what the Christians would call the Father.
But yeah, I didn't say.
Why did you have to go there?
Right, because I did.
That was a yes or no question.
Yeah, and correct, and I didn't say you don't believe in the whole Jesus thing and the rock and all that. I didn't say.
In God.
See, I didn't say that. So you do or you do not believe in the God that the Jews believe in?
Yes, I believe.
Wouldn't that have been simpler? Everyone?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it makes better, better.
No, it doesn't make better radio. It's just tedious and time-consuming.
I don't think
and drives me friggin' nuts.
Drives you nuts.
So
that's your opinion.
Listen to this. Listen to this.
Here we go.
Listen to Joe Rogan.
We started out pretty good.
One more time, and I'm going to ask the question of Mark, and then, my friends, there's another Jew in this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar.
Did you see him sitting next to Ilhan Omar, where she's apologizing for talking about it's all about the Benjamins?
Yeah.
Which is just about money. She's talking about money.
She shouldn't have apologized.
I'll go ahead and say that's not an anti-Semitic statement.
By the way, it's not just about money. It was an anti-Semitic statement, unless I didn't make myself clear. 100% anti-Semitic. It's all about the Benjamins, and she is referring to our Jewish brethren out there. So, Joe Rogan, you're a friggin' dip ass.
And I don't think that is. It's about Benjamins or money. You know, the idea that.
Now, first of all, we know that. There was no.
No, you just hate this guy, don't you?
Joe Rogan, we know that. And Mart, you may consider voting for the left because your snap judgments and not
that's your snap judgment.
thinking things through.
That's your opinion.
No, it's not my opinion when I say that Ilhan Omar, speaking of the Benjamins in reference to Jews, means that the Jews, obviously, in her eyes, are money hungry. Just that classic trope that's been around for years. Here we go.
Jewish people are not into money is ridiculous.
Listen.
That's like saying Italians aren't into pizza. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, okay.
So he's being really trite here and repeating centuries-old tropes of Jews and money grubbing.
Right.
And it's just sad. I mean, on the surface, my family and I, we tell Jewish jokes all the time.
Of course.
We love them. And there's a lot of Jewish jokes surrounding money.
Of course.
Yeah,
Right, but it's still a stereotype, and I find it bizarre that someone is making $100 million.
That someone that's making $100 million, his mic is cutting out because the mic knows who's speaking on it.
He's making all this money and then saying, well, Jews are all about money.
Yeah. Hey, Mark, what a beautiful point that is.
Right.
He's making gazillions of dollars. So of course, on the other side of that coin, he's not saying that he doesn't like money, that he doesn't like money, but he is saying, and is Rogan, what is Rogan? What is his ethnicity? I always thought he might have been Italian.
He is Italian.
But his name doesn't end with a vowel. So what is that?
I believe he's Italian.
Well, it could be a stage name.
Yeah, it could. Rogana, then, maybe? Rogani?
Rogan.
Maybe he's Armenian. Maybe it's Rogan'Zian.
Rogaine.
No, I think it's
Catholic.
Rabinowitz.
He's Catholic.
Well, Catholic? What are you talking about?
Okay, so that
He
makes
was
sense.
raised Catholic,
That's
having
not an
attended
ethnicity.
Catholic school in first grade, but has since abandoned organized religion, has called himself an agnostic.
Okay, which is fine. I got
Which kind of makes sense.
And P.S. I got no problem with agnostics. I mean, it's just someone who doesn't know. They don't know. They don't necessarily believe. They don't disbelieve. Unlike
kind of like a liberal.
Yeah, I mean, I do have a problem with atheists. I mean, how difficult can it be to believe?
Right.
I mean, if infinity exists, and we know it does because it has to, then why can you not believe in a higher power?
Or why can you not believe in aliens?
What?
Exactly.
Sigourney Weaver
That's
believes
your
in them.
opinion.
Yeah, that's your opinion.
Okay.
That's totally your opinion. But I am not gunning for Joe Rogan because I'm jealous of his views, or am I? No, I'm not. I am gunning for
Of
him.
his views or viewers?
His views.
Views.
Yes, that's the way they assemble all of the money that he makes. How many views? How many eyeballs per show?
Right.
That's how they do that. And it's not because of it. I promise you. I know you might be thinking, Matt, your jealousy is just dripping from every pore. I promise you it's not. I mean, I wish the guy well, but I also wish someone in that capacity, making so much money with that many people watching him, he would understand, first of all, that the name is Ilhan Omar, and secondly, of course, she is an anti-Semitic, America-hating, piece of Jew-hating crap, man. I mean, beyond a doubt, no matter what balls to the wall, his co-host there, what's her name?
It's
Crystal
Balls.
Crystal
with
Ball.
a K.
Crystal Balls. Well, of course, it's a K. One of my girlfriends.
I want to go on record. I'm not 100%. I looked it up. That's what came up. So I believe that's to be her.
Regarding what?
Her balls.
No. I bet Ms. Balls. I bet that is her name.
Yeah.
I'm not his co-host.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a co-host.
Guess what, Mart? Yes, he does today. And that's who it is. That's a co-host. Today he has a co-host. Is it just me? And help me.
Yes, it is.
Is it just me, or is my brother Mart, going out of his way to defend Joe Rogan?
No, I'm not going out of my way to defend
Mart,
Joe
I never
Rogan.
knew you were such a Joe Rogan sycophant.
Well, the thing that I see happening is that you are being so hateful towards a comment that he made.
Let's dissect your language.
Well, let me finish.
First. Explain to me. Give me one example of my hate. My hate.
Because you will not even give any leeway at all in this scenario.
Mark, I'm asking for,
and I am giving you
some specificity.
Well, you called him a dumbass for several times.
Right,
now.
because he calls her Ilian and not Ilhan, and he doesn't see her as a Jew-hating piece of crap.
I think it was just something in the spur of the moment. He spit it out. He spit it out. And guess what? If he could take it back, he probably would.
But that's not about just her name being pronounced wrong. It's about.
I understand that.
It's about
Dave.
who she is.
We haven't got your perspective yet, Dave.
I'm just.
But I want your perspective on this, Matt. Can Dave?
So you're asking my opinion of whether
Dave can give his perspective.
His opinion. All right. Tattoo Dave, you being a Jew and all.
Yes.
How does this hit you, what you heard? I mean, it's only a 22-second clip of Joe Rogan.
It's completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's got no idea. I don't think he even knows where he stands on the whole thing. Mm-hmm. I think he's slamming and defending the wrong person.
Yes.
And it's an atrocity.
Yeah, wow, an atrocity.
Wow.
Mark,
I think because he is
speaking
to so many people.
Say what?
I don't hate him. I
don't hate him either.
He's got so many people that are following him and listening to him that he should have a little bit more research on what he's talking about.
Because the other portion of this, and I usually don't get into this side. Hey, Billy, what are you doing, man? Sitting next to that cat. I do love Billy Dilly, though.
Hi, Billy.
Yeah. Billy Dilly just, you could, if
that chair was full and I just moved over there.
Oh, boy.
If you're watching us on rumble.com, that's the great Billy Dilly, and he served our country, and he's a great, hoorah, Marine.
And he just
But listen, let me add that I actually have a lot of respect for Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
And it's largely because of the UFC.
UFC, of course.
And I trained a long time ago, and I follow the UFC a lot. UFC a lot.
Right.
And he is a very intelligent guy.
But
I want to say
he doesn't sound it here, does he?
He doesn't, and it's disturbing.
He messed up, man.
Yeah, he messed up.
He did mess up. I'll agree with that. He did mess up.
Yeah.
But it's like two messing up.
But he's messing up and trying to back it up, which is even worse.
That's exactly.
Well, wait a minute. He's trying to back.
That's
he's backing up the fact that he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't. And this trope about and P.S. the majority of Jews don't have a ton of money. Now, do they run Hollywood? Well, yeah, I think they do.
Yeah.
Do they?
They've been doing that forever.
Yeah. All right, a lot to get to when we return, including a Whoopi friggin' idiot stick, teenage mutant ninja turtle Goldberg, who I bet Teenage Mutant Goldberg and Joe Rogan are on the same page. We'll be this after back on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
Charismatic, outrageous, edgy, hilarious. Radio for the mentally challenged. Chronic talk from the panic room.
Up in the sky.
Smoking, drinking, interrupting. Magic Matt Allen. This is Outlaw Radio.
Well, if you just came to our show, if you just found Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, we were talking about Joe Rogan and what a nincompoop he has turned out to be. I don't know if his overall career or if he generally is a nincompoop, but man, what an idiot when it comes to the Jews. What a friggin' idiot. Benjamins, obviously that means money. We know that. I mean, that statement alone by him that he felt the need to explain it, of course that's what Ilhan Omar was speaking to. But then in the context of the Jews, put it together, it's anti-friggin' Semitism. And I believe in a good joke. In fact, Mark C.G. Boyer, who is a bona fide Jew, you probably have a good Jewish joke. Go ahead.
A father has his young son at his business for the first time.
Yeah.
And their best customer comes in
Yeah.
and does her business and leaves. And the father says,
Wait,
"Son."
hold on. So there's a bathroom in there?
No, she finishes her work, whatever the transaction was.
Okay, so because usually finishing your business, right? Okay.
And he says, "Come over here. I want to tell you this is a very important lesson. Mrs. Smith just gave us $100 more than she was supposed to.
Right.
And this is really important. Do we tell our partner?"
Oh, okay. Okay, that's pretty funny.
Huh?
Yeah, that's pretty.
You one thing you've left out. You have to throw in there that Joe Rogan is a stand-up comic. He is a comedian.
Yeah, but he's
used this kind of stuff on stage.
So what? This has no contextually. This has nothing to do with stand-up or comedy. And speaking of Jew haters, the ongoing feud between Pink Floyd guitarist, co-lead vocalist David Gilmour and former frontman Roger Waters, boy, did it become intense. The former called the latter anti-Semitic to his rotten core, along with other unsavory descriptors. Now, those who have been fans of Pink Floyd, and I have a passing interest. I like some of their songs.
I do.
I was, never a huge Pink Floyd person.
It's because you never smoked weed.
Well, that could be it, Mark. Yeah. And P.S. I have never smoked weed ever, but I've never done blow. I've never done cocaine, but and never has.
Maybe you should have.
Never has a sip of bourbon pursed these lips.
No.
Okay.
Whoa.
Well, two out of three. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Ain't bad, Meatloaf.
Pink Floyd fans have been aware of the rift between Gilmour and Waters, and this goes way the hell back. I mean, over 40 years ago.
Sure.
And that's why, as I understand it, Waters left the band.
Yep.
He helped build. And he lost a lawsuit to prevent them from using the Pink Floyd name without him. So Gilmour and Waters, they've joined together for a few performances over the decades, but they've never been able to bury the hatchet between them. So this huge chasm has grown even huge. I mean, two rock legends, they cannot get along. And according to David Gilmour, Roger Waters, this harkens back to the last couple of years. I think Roger Waters has made some real nasty anti-Semitic remarks.
He has. That's true about Roger Waters.
So I think that a dinner between old Roger and our
Joe Rogan,
our buddy, the podcast man.
Yeah, they can meet in Austin, Texas, and have dinner.
Yeah. Why does it have to be Austin? Is that where he is?
That's where Joe lives.
Yeah. I believe Joe used to be in L.A., and the smart people, they got out. I used to live in Texas, so I don't want to do that again, but I love Texas. I love Texas.
Gotta love Texas.
Never should have sold my home in Texas. But, I never should have sold my home in New Jersey. You heard me. All right, a lot to get to. Another hour of Outlaw Radio. If you're watching us on rumble.com, we truly do appreciate it. Smash whatever buttons that you should smash.
Comment.
And comment. One way or the other. I don't care. You hate us, let us know. I'll just delete it. All right, a lot to get to on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
Hello, this is Eddie Griffin, and you're listening to Outlaw Radio from the Lighten Up Lounge. We smoke, we drink, we interrupt.
Remember when you're in the Beatles? Yeah, sure. God, that was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
You know, we're the last line of defense, and really the comedians are the last, the voice of truth in this whole thing.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is?
You know, we're the last line of defense, and really the comedians are the last, the voice of truth in this whole thing.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time! Outlaw Radio for all of us. Outlaw Radio for all of us. Outlaw Radio for all of us.
Hi, this is Sean Young on Outlaw Radio.
Hey, this is Shelley Berman on Outlaw Radio. Listen, come on, listen to me or listen to Matt. If you like being bored, it's great for you.
It's Robert Hayes. I'm here on Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt, a.k.a. The Weasel. We are here to drink. We're here to smoke. We're here to interrupt. You may drink. You may smoke. You may interrupt, but I'm here to...
Live from the Lighten Up Lounge, this is Dom DeLuise saying, this is Outlaw Radio.
Hi, this is Chuck Woolery at Lighten Up Lounge on Outlaw Radio. There's lots of fun, guys. Be back, 2 and 2.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and you're listening to Outlaw Radio, where we smoke, we drink, and occasionally we bother people who look old and weak.
Hi, this is Rick Dees with Magic Matt, a.k.a. Mr. Cigar, in the Lighten Up Lounge. We drink, we smoke, we interrupt.
Welcome, my friends. Welcome to this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada-style bar in the hills of the San Fernando Valley, spitting distance from Hollywood, Cali, where all those big, woke, lefty miscreants live. And they know who they are, believe me. Whoopi Goldberg says, how dare Republicans try to erase black history? Yeah, before I jump into that frightening Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Mark C.G. Boyer.
Yes, sir.
I believe it was last week and the week prior that I made mention that on Rumble.com and on our broadcast, I meant to say broadcast, on YouTube, that you were seen by many a viewer. I know this because I received correspondence. You were seen on occasion sleeping during the show. Now, that doesn't do a lot for our credibility because if someone who is present at the show in this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar is sleeping, what does that say about our listener? And he's here. I mean, he's here in the fray of this thing.
Did you say occasionally?
Yeah, right.
I believe you said occasionally.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. So we came up with a brilliant idea a couple weeks ago that if he is going to be sleeping during the show, and this goes for you great radio stations who carry Outlaw Radio across the country on beautiful radio stations. What's up, West Side? Green Bay? Love you, Green Bay. And watching us on Rumble.com, you will occasionally catch glimpses of big ol' Mark C.G. Boyer sleeping. So we thought if you're going to be sleeping, you might as well do something that may entertain us, and that is your job was to simply purchase bunny ears.
Long ones.
And apply big old bunny ears and apply them to your head during the show at all times.
I'm sorry, Matt. This bit is getting old.
Okay, first of all, it ain't a bit.
It ain't a bit, man.
It ain't a bit.
Oh, yes.
You're mandated.
Yeah.
It's a mandate.
Yeah.
Not a bit.
Yeah.
The motion was made.
The motion was made.
We have
that I'm not wearing bunny ears.
What are you talking about? You said you would. You agreed to it.
Yeah,
I believe you said you sent yourself an email.
Yes.
I sent myself an email and then I deleted it.
Okay.
No, this is wrong.
Bunny ears are coming.
This is wrong.
Now, follow me on this.
Yes.
I understand. Mark feels the need to reply to anything anyone says, as though we're specifically talking to him.
Yeah.
Did you not get enough love from your parents?
Possibly.
Okay.
At least he's honest about it.
Are we talking? Wait a minute. I thought you said Mark.
Mark.
C.G.
Okay. Boyer.
It was a little funnier when you were talking about your brother.
And one day we will reveal at a break. We can't reveal this, unfortunately, on terrestrial radio, but we'll reveal what the CG stands for.
Oh no.
Yeah. If you, especially if you keep this up and you refuse to wear the bunny ears.
Oh, things are coming out on you, Mark.
I'm not putting on bunny ears.
Okay, then why did you?
So while you're asleep,
Then why did you purchase them?
Who said I purchased any?
You know, this whole thing is convoluted now because, Mark, you did. I thought you agreed to wear them.
Yeah, last week.
I did. I'm not wearing bunny ears.
Okay, let me explain how this came down before the show. Okay, I'm gonna break this down.
Hold on, I need some more bourbon.
Break this down. Break what down? Okay, fine.
Okay.
Shut up.
Mark.
Fine.
Okay.
Here.
Oh, here they come.
Bunny ears. You happy now?
Yes. Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah. Oh God, this is great. Hold on, Mark. They're falling off. They're forward.
Put them back on.
Hold on. Where is he? It's tough directing. Okay, that's a good look.
I like it.
Okay.
We need a little adjustment, but it's going to work for now.
Yeah, that'll work for now.
By the way,
give me those.
I predicted that Mark C.G. Boyer would screw the pooch on this bit and go over the top, and no one would. And I was completely correct.
Yeah, but guess what? He got him.
Yeah, he did. No, I'm talking about today's bit. I said, why don't we set it up where Dave got them, and then Dave makes you wear them. But now I said you did purchase them, and then what did Mark just tell me?
I'm not wearing bunny ears.
He said he didn't purchase them when he did.
Yeah.
No, I lied.
So why?
Well, that's just a lie.
This is why Mark C.G. Boyer is the last man standing watching SNL. He's the only one that thinks that stupid show is funny because he doesn't know funny.
Okay, those are great.
Funny.
Those are great.
Yeah, this is good.
I'm digging those.
This is getting good.
Okay.
I'm gonna after the show, I'm gonna take your headphones, and they're gonna become a part of your headphones.
Dave knows how to do this stuff.
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right.
Get out of my behind. Get out of my vagina.
The beautiful voice of Whoopi Goldberg. How dare Republicans try to erase black history? Whoopi Goldberg told her co-idiots on ABC's The View. What did she tell them? Oh, I realized yesterday it's all these folks are of a certain age. Sarah Sanders, DeSantis, they all learned about black history. They all learned it. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Whoopi Goldberg, continued saying, this is what I'm trying to figure out. What did you learn that scared you so badly that you're trying to remove this from schools? What is it that is being removed from schools?
Everything.
How about teaching is being removed from school?
Mark, spot on. That's exactly what is being removed.
Yeah.
A little reading, writing, arithmetic, that sort of thing.
They want to remove the portion where it's the white guilt.
Yeah, I understand that. And that, of course, is not a negative. Obviously creating stereotypes and making, of course, the white man a bad person.
Yeah. Now, are we gonna get in trouble with PETA because Mark's got bunny ears?
Well, if you mistreat me.
Don't spank him.
I think we've been mistreating you for years.
Goldberg continued. This is what I'm trying to figure out. What did you learn that scared you so badly? Now you know. Arkansas Sarah Sanders, who, by the way, what a brilliant retort. After Biden's
right.
Right.
I mean, just
I was sitting here live with Matt when that happened.
He is not fit.
Yeah, she
bam,
spot on.
It was no holds barred. She didn't wait. She just came out with it, and she's articulate. And I had a little tear in my eye at the end of this thing.
It was a tear of joy, though. Right? It was unbelievable.
Of course, Sarah Sanders is
God bless.
Yeah, is most definitely she is presidential material. I mean, she is a smart gal. But, of course, Whoopi Goldberg has to throw her under the bus, saying that, things are moving forward. Her dad and Clinton held doors open for the Arkansas Little Rock 9. Yes, that was in Sarah's speech. I'm trying to figure out, why are you trying to close those doors? What are you doing? What is this? That's from Whoopi.
Get out of my behind. Get out of my vagina.
Yeah, get out.
I don't even think she has one.
Yeah, co-host Anna Navarro said it's about fanning the flames of anger, grievances, distress, frustration in the base. It's manufacturing culture wars. Goldberg said, okay, whose mic is that? Let's figure that out because it's driving me nuts.
Well, I got to say, it's only when you're talking, so
yeah,
you.
Okay, wrong Tattoo Dave.
I know.
Yeah, see, I'd be the first one to call myself out.
It happened again.
Okay, good. I just brought Mark C.G. Boyer's mic down because it's him. Anyone who is stupid enough to wear bunny ears on a show, it's got to be his microphone.
What a freaking idiot.
I know. Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg.
Get out of my behind. Get out of my vagina.
Man, I think
said the base needs to understand everybody is pissed about something. The last 3 or 4 years have not been great for everybody, for anybody.
Yeah.
The last couple of years.
Yeah, it's been pretty bad.
Not great, but not 3 or 4. But of course, she has to make it 3 or 4 years, isn't that it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can talk about the pandemic. Well, it wasn't the pandemic itself that made things really bad. It was the lockdowns.
It was how it was treated.
It was the lockdowns.
It was the government.
It was the BS.
Absolutely.
It was 100% the government.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
but Whoopi.
Get out of my behind. Get out of my vagina.
And Whoopi's behind.
Yeah, she says, how dare you that your anger to pretend an entire section of the United States doesn't exist. What? If you're so concerned that your children, and particularly I'm talking about white children, because that's the conversation that they seem to be having. If you're so concerned that white children are going to feel bad because history happened and they happen to be white, how do you think black kids are feeling? For me, these are noggin scratchers, and there is absolutely nothing there. This is that nothing burger that we have so often heard of. Whoopi Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Goldberg adds, the reason that black history is coming into the zeitgeist, the reason Asian history is coming into the zeitgeist, which, boy, I'll tell you, those liberals really love to use that word.
All right, that's the new, that's the catch.
The reason that any other history than English American history is because nobody was represented. What? Pardon me?
Wow.
Yeah. The great thing about America has always been, we know we step in it, but we try to step back from it. What we're doing now is too dangerous for us to say it doesn't affect us. It affects us all. If they erase one, they're going to erase all.
Get out of my
Get out of my vagina.
Does anyone even have a semblance of an idea what the hell she's spouting out of that stupid pie hole of hers?
No, I do know this though.
I mean, we're erasing black culture. How is that when? So it's number one, it's okay to throw a certain race under the bus, meaning white people. That's all right.
And to knock down statues and stuff, erase history.
Right.
But that part of history.
Right.
But it's not okay to erase.
And I don't believe it's those on the right who are attempting to erase history. It's every single one of these idiot sticks on the left.
Yes, of course it is.
Yeah. Whoopi, how do you retort?
Get out of my behind. Get out of my vagina.
Hey, the good news is John Cleese, and this man is an avowed. I don't know if I can call him a lefty. Let's call him an old school Democrat. But John Cleese, one of the funniest guys ever, in my opinion.
Yes, sir.
The Monty Python man refuses to. I love this. I love this guy and I love it when the left fights among themselves when they can't agree on a certain narrative. And that's what's going down here, because I think many an old school Democrat, and God bless you, because you've had it up to here with this wokeness. It comes to a point where you have to say enough already. Stop it. And John Cleese is refusing to air Faulty Towers reboot on woke BBC. Now, I know for a fact, without even having this conversation before or after, that Mark C.G. Boyer, I'm certain, is a huge Faulty Towers fan. Am I right?
Yes, I am.
I knew that.
He and Connie Booth.
Yeah, so now I have to question whether it's funny.
Well, if it's John Cleese and Connie Booth, you don't need me.
John Cleese, no, but we do need you to wear bunny ears.
Well, he is, and that's fantastic.
As we pointed out on the show.
Don't touch them.
Stop touching them. They're perfect.
Yeah, leave the bunny ears alone.
That's better.
Good.
Step away from the bunny ears here on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on Rumble.com if you'd like to see the rather grotesque marks.
This is just a new part of the show. It's
John
fantastic.
Cleese. Go ahead. Hey, thanks for pointing that out, Mart.
Well, thanks for keeping on talking about the bunny ears.
That's what we call overstating the obvious.
And you overstated again and again and again. Mark wearing bunny ears. Just leave it alone then. Ignore it. How about that?
Okay, is it just me, or does my brother Mart, is he starting to believe this is his show?
Yes.
Right?
I think so.
John,
it's not.
I believe he said it about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I did say it.
He said it's my
I think he did. John Cleese is bringing back his classic Faulty Towers sitcom, but refuses to air it on the woke BBC. Now, I love that. Well, hold on, I got to reach, because, I'm producing. Cleese has said his surprise revival of Faulty Towers won't be returning to its original home on the BBC because the UK broadcaster would not give him sufficient editorial freedom. This guy's 83 years old, man. Still working, still funny as far as I'm concerned. British comedy icon. He said the revived series, which is in the works at Rob Reiner's Castle Rock Entertainment, would find a new home as he writes scripts with his daughter Camilla Reese. Asked if he wanted to work with the BBC, he said nope, because you wouldn't get the freedom. So this, what is the basic premise, Mark, of Faulty Towers?
An inept and completely pussy-whipped owner of a bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
And he just can't manage life and the place, and all craziness ensues.
Is he allowed to say that?
Yeah. He just
because I think he should have said bunny whipped.
If
they got nasty.
Asked John Cleese asked if he wanted to work with the BBC. He said no, you wouldn't get the freedom. If you put it in the Caribbean, it becomes very multiracial. People in the hotel businesses come from everywhere, so you can bring lots of different people together. The characteristic of Faulty Towers was the pressure cooker atmosphere created in the hotel. So he's not going to BBC. What else do I have about this? Nothing. But John Cleese, love you, buddy.
I think it was John Cleese. I know it was one of the cast members from Python that I met at Bistro Gardens in the Valley over here. And what a hell of a guy. I think it was John that was in Bistro Gardens one.
This is a good example, too.
Wait. This is a good example of a non-story?
No. But also the fact that...
No, hold on, Tattoo Dave. Because Mart met this man, John Cleese, at the Bistro Gardens here in the San Fernando Valley in Southern California.
Don't you bring that kind of stuff up sometimes? Yeah, I met him once.
No, not without a story attached.
I don't need a story. I met this son of a gun.
You obviously do.
Shut up, Billy.
You obviously need a story.
Shut up.
There should be a story
You're
involved.
not on mic.
It's not. It's a Farley bit, man. I mean,
love of God, Billy, shut up.
No, but this is This is Farley here.
You remember when you're in the Beatles? Yeah, sure. God, that was awesome.
Yeah, you're missing a piece of this puzzle.
Yeah. I'm missing this story where Martin met John Cleese at Bistro Gardens.
There's no story there.
Well, then why even talk? Hey, Mark,
he wanted everybody to know that he met him.
I know, and
Matt's done that 1,000 times. 1,000 times.
Yes.
1,000 times.
He has done that. Oh, I know him. I met him. I told him blah 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 him. Yeah.
Yes,
He's done it 1,000 times.
But I usually have some insight into the person.
All right, usually.
I have insight.
Shut up, Billy. Son of a gun, man.
I'll tell you what, man. That Marine is getting under my brother's second skin.
I think he's going to take Billy to the Human Resources office.
Yeah, you know what? New human research. Yeah, we're going to get a new one.
All right, Mark C.G. Boyer, what am I missing?
Who is this? What studio is he producing this new show?
Okay, so you were sleeping while wearing the bunny ears just 45 seconds ago because I made it clear it was Rob Reiner's company.
And if Rob Reiner isn't the most woke person in Hollywood,
of course,
he's the worst.
Yeah, he is.
That doesn't make sense.
So what am I missing?
Why is John Cleese complaining about BBC?
Because obviously it's in his control.
Right.
It's all about the Benjamins.
It's all about the Benjamins, ain't it?
That's about.
Oh, here we go.
Just saying.
Yeah. On Real Time with Bill Maher, CNN political contributor, somebody named Bagala. Oh, yeah, contributor and scholar at the University of Virginia's Center for Politics. Paul Bagala stated, hold on. Oh, God. While there is a crime issue in red states in rural and suburban America as well, hold on. If Dems supposedly care about who the victims of crime are and that there are victims of crime, he'd like to hear Dems say some people belong in jail. Huh? How about that? Wouldn't that be nice? Some people deserve to be in jail. But you see, the wokeness of the left and the Democrats, their narrative is that no one deserves to be in jail.
No, you can rape, you can kill, you can do whatever.
Everyone that's in jail is there because of racial motivation, right?
Yeah.
It's not simply because they did some bad stuff.
Right.
There were some people who flew into the towers in New York.
Right.
Some people.
Just some people.
Some people.
Yeah. Just some people who did some
of a specific race and religion.
Boy, someone's smoking a big cigarette. It's coming right into me.
Well, Billy.
Guess who?
Oh, yeah, Billy. Yeah, I can't take it. And by the way, I'm the last person to bitch about smoke. I smoke cigars, but the difference between a cigar and a cigarette, night and day.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Wait, look. Hold on. Let me ask Tattoo Dave. So you're getting it too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I see the smoke right here bellowing. Somebody, hey, Mart, Mart, it's up to you if you want to take this or not. Explain how Billy Dilly smokes his cigarettes.
I'll take it. He's like an inferno. He puffs because I smoke cigarettes.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Not a lot, but I do on the show.
You
whatever.
smoke mine.
But okay. For the love of God, man, you don't have a microphone. You're off frickin' mic.
That's why he's elevating his voice.
Anybody hear me?
Did you hear me? Let me tell you something, all right?
All right, Mark.
So what he does,
when you do that, you put yourself at his level, and you're obnoxious, and you piss off the listener because you pissed me.
Well, yeah, how do you know I piss off the listener? Listener, comment.
Let me explain this, Mart. I've been doing this a long damn time. That's how I know.
Guess what? I met John Cleese at Bistro Gardens. Billy bellows like
we've just come full circle.
God, what is the whole
Get out of my vagina.
I'm having fun.
Like, look, everybody except for Mark Boyer smokes.
Yeah, I can't take it.
We almost feel bad for Mark.
Put it out.
But we all contain ourselves when it comes to puffing. He puffs and puffs and puffs, and he makes a big, huge cloud.
Okay, listen.
Above him.
Our HR man, Billy Dilly, is what's known as a chain smoker.
Yeah, yes, he is.
That's all you have to know.
And how does he get those links lit? That's my question. The effusive, the incredible massiveness of smoke that bellows from him, I am having a tough time.
He's got the lungs of an angel.
Yeah, right now, breathing. So I think we cleared it up. Hey, Billy, I love you being in this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar. I love you being a part of the show, but you are no longer allowed to smoke in this bar.
Listen, you rockhead. Quit calling this number. I work hard in the quarry all day for my measly few clams. Then I come home to relax with a frosty cactus cooler, and you keep calling.
For the millions of Americans who are still out of work or struggling to pay the bills. Tough. Students, drop college because I don't want to see new skills and ingenuity by American workers.
Sweet mother of God, what is the holdup?
What we've got here is failure to communicate. Some men you just can't reach. So you get what we had here last week, which is the way he wants it. Well, he gets it. I don't like it any more than you do.
Down, try. Down, try. Yeah, nigga, down, try. Yeah, down, try.
dive bar at the end of the Walk of Fame. The cartilage left over in a bag of Popeye's chicken. Chronic talk from stars, would-be stars, wannabes, and people who just want to hear themselves talk. This is Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen. What a boy would be if Siegfried and Roy had a son.
Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back, my friendlies, to this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada-style bar. Years ago, we stepped up, and we haven't left. We came here to bum a cigar and a nice little bourbon, and we refuse to leave.
It keeps getting replenished.
Oh, what a great scene in Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, man.
Betcha.
Oh. This is the one in the graveyard.
Yes.
Blondie.
This is in Italy, and nothing better than the classic Clint Eastwood spaghetti westerns. Nothing better.
You son of a
Oh, except for the Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
What, his western?
Yeah. Can't imagine what that's going to be like.
It's got to see the light of day, though. There's so much publicity surrounding it.
Yeah.
You know who's the new attorney for that poor gal that died because of Baldwin's gun? They hired Gloria friggin' Allred.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
You know, that ambulance chaser, how does she keep getting the gigs, man? I don't believe she's ever tried a case. If she did, it was, not even a handful. You know, I've mentioned this before. I have run into her at several parties. She is a publicity whore. I understand that because as far as trying a case, well, she doesn't do it. So she needs the publicity to be hired by folks. But she wanted to do this show in the worst way years ago. And by the way, there's no other way to do Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio than the worst way. It's simply impossible. But Gloria Allred, aren't there enough or at least a smattering of great attorneys you can hire instead of this Gloria friggin' Allred?
I would think so.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I mean, she's great on camera, and she's a little spitfire. But by the way, when she did sort of mention, oh, yeah, I like your show, and I'd like to come over, and this was, 10, 14 years ago.
I remember that, yeah.
And, yeah, I'd love to. And it's like, oh, well, okay, that'd be great. And then, Kato Kalin. And then, I'd walk over and talk to someone more important. Did you hear me? Mm-hmm. I'd walk over and I'd talk to Kato.
Well, I'd rather have Kato do my case, have my case than her.
Idris Elba, one of my favorite black people, he says no longer calls himself a black actor. It's just skin. This guy, have you seen those?
Why would he ever?
I don't.
Why would he ever? Why isn't he just an actor? This is what I don't understand.
Yeah, right. And why make a case of this?
Right.
He once floated.
Where did this train of thought come from? I don't get it.
Well, I'll explain that. It's
Please.
It's all the left and racial injustice, but it's fabricated these days. We had a problem years ago. There was a problem. Now it's gone. The pendulum has swung the other way.
Yep.
Where all of us in this bar, we're all white guys in our upper 50s or 60s, or mid 50s to upper 60s, Mark C.G. Boyer.
Well, that's most of you. Excuse me.
Yeah, I just said lower 50s.
No. Stop it.
What, so you don't want to get... What are you, a female tattoo, Dave?
No, I am just not going to grow older than 30.
Okay.
I agree with you, Dave. I'm with you.
The point being that us white males, we don't have it so good these days.
Did you just call me a female?
No,
you questioned it.
I did question it, yes.
Dave, just give him a break on that.
And P.S., didn't get an answer.
Correct. Stay out of my vagina.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I will
Out of my behind!
I will attempt to stay as far away from both those orifices as possible.
And by the way, Matt, Whoopi is turning into Satchmo, man. She is turning into the great Satchmo.
Well, at least she takes it in both holes.
Oh, boy.
Okay, that would be a complete and utter bleep right there. Someone make a note of that. like this show ain't hard enough to do, produce and host a show. You know, I got to tell you.
Dave, just go beat his ass.
Limbaugh would have walked off the friggin' show if he had to do both. I'm just telling you. Now, I'm not trying to draw some parallel between Rush and my own self, but man, he would. There's no way he would or could do both. And I can barely handle this. It's a lot of. I am under more pressure than an astronaut.
Hey,
well, I'm going to take half of that pressure off of you, hopefully.
Okay, Tattoo Dave. I hope you become the producer at large next week. That would be great. So I can stand behind that 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar
where you belong
and do what.
Yes,
I guess I do belong there.
Yes,
you do.
Idris Elba once floated as the next James Bond, and who was all for that? I was.
Yeah.
If it's going to be a black James Bond,
he's fantastic.
There's only one person. And by the way, don't take this the wrong way, but James Bond is not a black man, right? But if James Bond, the new incarnation of a Bond is a black guy, it's Idris friggin' Elba.
Yes, sir.
Hands down.
I agree.
There's no other guy that could pull that thing off.
He's a great actor, man.
But now it ain't gonna happen because he's too old, and they're gonna go for someone probably in their 20s, because I think they want a little longer.
They're gonna restart the whole. They're gonna restart it.
Yeah, they're gonna go back to the beginning and so on. Marvel's Avengers, Fast and Furious. I mean, this Idris Elba, this guy has the world by the huevos.
Yep.
But he said he no longer wishes to identify himself as a black actor and be put into a racial box. And Tattoo Dave, you came up with the greatest question. Why would he ever do that anyway?
Correct.
Why would he feel the need to do that?
Well, Matt, it goes back to this. It goes back to if you're good at something, you're good at something.
Right, no matter what your skin color or religion.
Yes, sir. Right.
Well, unless, according to Joe Rogan, you're a Jew, then it's all about the Benjamins. It's all about the bucks.
Oh, Billy, Billy's like a floating head in the back.
I bet you he's smoking.
Oh, probably because he's sitting back there.
Oh, I didn't light up.
Okay, you better not, man, because you're smoking me out.
And by the way, it's much cleaner and clearer in here now.
Yeah, but it got into my lungs.
You know what's weird is if you're not smoking a cigar. Right. Cigarette smoke is completely different. If you're just in a room with somebody smoking a cigarette, but when the two mix, it is horrible.
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, because I'll explain.
No offense.
I'll explain this. Because cigars and the cigars that we smoke are handmade. They're natural products. No chemicals involved. Cigarettes with that billowing smoke, but the way that our HR man Billy Dilly smokes them.
Because I smoke a few.
He billows smoke, and continues smoking 2, 3 at a time. He's like that guy that used to do the bit on stage where he'd fill up his mouth with cigarettes and light them all on fire.
Yeah.
Like 2 packs.
Over 30, 40, 50 cigarettes.
Oh, my God. You know the man has a week left on this earth. You know.
Nah, I don't think so. I think he's going to outlive us all.
So Elba agreed that racism can be very real. He also felt that people...
Can be?
Well, he also felt that people can become too obsessed with racism. I love you. I love this man, Idris Elba.
And I bet you he doesn't lean where we do. I would be willing to bet.
I would say that he is a pragmatist above everything else.
Okay.
He seems to be a man that wraps his arms around America. It's done great things for him, this beautiful United States of America.
Well, that's kind of what I wanted to say about John Cleese. I mean, look, we know that he doesn't lean, but we still love him. You know what I mean? It's just kind of it's an example.
Well, we love John Cleese because we don't love you because you're on the right.
Right. It doesn't matter. We love you for your talent.
I know a lot of people on the right who are douchebags.
Of course.
And I can't stand them. I wouldn't want to belly up to a bar and enjoy a cigar or a drink with these people.
Right.
There are many, and I won't get into names right now.
Over the top, extremists anything is horrible to me.
But I was just making a point. It's just an example for anybody listening that, you can disagree with somebody, but it doesn't mean you have to hate them.
Correct.
It's just that simple.
Well, you better explain that to the woke left because it's their problem. It ain't ours.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure none of them are listening.
You know, it really is not our problem. But Idris Elba, God bless you. We are fans of yours on this show.
Yes, sir.
And I'll tell you what, he can do comedy as well. Those TV commercials.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of commercials.
Yeah, whatever that thing is for the travel, whatever. I don't know. Booking.com. I don't mind giving them a plug. I've used them before, and they're good. I used Booking.com before Idris Elba was out hawking them. Can you imagine how much money that guy must be making from those commercials? I mean, millions of dollars.
I use cheapo flights.
And P.S., he deserves it. He deserves it because he's a talented man.
Yeah.
Very talented.
He's a talented actor.
That's it.
A talented black actor.
That's it.
Oh, wait. Did I say that?
You had to go and ruin it.
I did.
You ruined it.
Speaking of trans writer pens NBC's Quantum Leap, a reboot episode promoting transgender athletes in women's sports. Oh, yay! Give it up for yourself.
Quantum Leap was possibly one of my favorite television shows of all time back when it came out.
It was a really good show with that weird-looking guy that would show up.
What's his name?
I forgot his name.
He's dead
man.
now. He's dead.
I met him in Malibu one time. I met him in Malibu.
Oh,
no
God.
story.
Yeah.
NCIS spinoff.
What is it, Mark?
He had an NCIS spinoff and a Star Trek spinoff.
Wrong. We're talking about two different people. NBC's rebooted.
Scott Bakula.
Yep.
Yes.
Wrong. That's not who.
That's the lead.
That's who I was thinking of.
Not who I'm speaking of.
Oh, you're talking about the guy that
I made a specific point to say the weird-looking guy who would show
showed
up.
Yeah.
And he's the guy who's dead. I think Scott Bakula is still alive.
Yeah,
Is he not?
Yes.
Okay.
I met
Would
Bakula.
someone-
You're talking about Dean Stockwell?
Yes. You know, I bet our listener and or viewer of Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on Rumble.com and or YouTube.com, I bet they follow along. But for some reason, for those of you in this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar, you have a tough time following our narrative.
Well, you know what? Hire them to take our places, and we'll go sit home and watch.
Yeah.
Okay, Billy. If
Wait a minute,
it's like a nap.
you make one mistake and you're condemned?
Yeah, we're done, David. And by the way,
They're not even disciples anymore.
Billy's commentary in the back is really bothering me, man.
The
It's really getting on my
episode
nerves.
titled Let Them Play featured Dr. Ben Song, Raymond Lee, leaping into the body of a high school girls basketball coach in the year 2012. The coach is also the father of one of the players, a biological male claiming to be a transgender girl. The broadcast of NBC's rebooted Quantum Leap went woke, pushing transgender athletes on kids' sports, promoting boys claiming to be girls, using girls' locker rooms, and celebrating the idea of players born as males competing against natural-born female opponents. The episode entitled Let 'Em Play, I just said that.
How is that possible? How is that possible?
Which part?
The fact that when we grew up, if we were in the girls' locker room, we were going to the principal's office. We were getting kicked out of school, and now it's okay. Now it's.
I wonder if we would have enjoyed. What was that, Billy?
Oh God, man!
Something about Joe Biden. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Let me. And by the way, not to take anything away from Billy, because I love our Billy Dilly, our HR man Billy Dilly. But this is the quote from Billy Dilly. Wait for it. The quote is, and I'm not making this up. This is what I heard seconds ago off mic. Democrats vote for Joe Biden. That is the quote. That is the quote, my friends. Democrats vote for Joe Biden.
Okay, all right.
Okay, I'm giving you permission, my friends, not to watch or listen to this show ever again. You have complete permission. When we return...
can we shut him up?
When we return, I got to talk about Madonna and her plastic surgery.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we will jump into that fray.
Talk about the elephant in the room.
You know, there was a time when I met Madonna, and I have a story about it.
Yes, you do. You have a picture.
Why does everyone feel the need to jump on the bandwagon instead of just letting it breathe?
Why everyone? It was just your brother.
That could be true. We'll be this after back on Outlaw Radio.
Today, I'm speaking to kids all across the country. First of all, success in the classroom and in college and in a career is beyond your reach. I believe that. So my main message to all of you here today is set your sights a little lower, scale back your dreams. Because one of the things I've discovered is really working hard and smarter than everybody else. That's not really the secret to success. But let me tell you, flunking out is absolutely essential for success. So you've got an obligation to yourselves, and America has an obligation to you to make sure bullies in a class pick on you or poke fun at you to make you feel bad about yourself. And across this country, kids are doing each other serious harm. I couldn't be prouder of it. Keep it up. And that last part is absolutely essential. That part about be mean to other kids. That's the kind of excellence we've got to promote in all of America's schools. And I'm absolutely confident that if all of our students sit around waiting for luck to see you through, then you're not only going to succeed this year, you're going to succeed for the rest of your lives. Thank you. God bless you.
All right, this is for you watching us on Rumble.com, and this won't make it to the airwaves of any of our terrestrial radio stations that carry Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. This is a beautiful rendition of a classic song from one of the most talented boys from Long Island, the great Billy Joe. Please give it up for yourselves and the incomparable Yoko Ono. Is Outlaw Radio. All right, okay. This is sort of how it's done across the country on Outlaw Radio. Man, I love this little gal. She's got to be 60, 61 now, the lead singer of Garbage. Nice little Scottish gal. Oh, man. You know what I'd do? I would nail the lefty right out of her. Yeah. Now, that doesn't mean hit. No. Well, I mean, of course, the classic trope, hit that.
Did you hit that?
Yeah, did you hit that? Yeah, I guess that's what I mean. We probably shouldn't go through the entire show today without at least commenting on Madonna's appearance the other night.
Hey, speaking of Garbage, real quick, I heard a remake on Octane, which we're going to have to play Wednesday night, about the Number One Crush. Somebody remade it. I can't remember the group, but it's pretty interesting. You remember that song, Number One Crush? That was
all right. So Tattoo Dave doesn't want Mark to look like the only guy that is being called out today.
Call me out. Call me. My phone's open.
Okay. Remember that time?
Remember when you were with the Beatles?
Remember that day back in band camp?
remember when you were playing the tuba and everyone was making fun of you and throwing gum down there?
Damn, I thought that was okay. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, you stop, man. Don't get all butthurt, bro.
Never mind.
So Madonna, who I was on stage with Madonna, certainly not one to boast, back in the day in the 80s, Times Square with throngs. And when I say throngs, I mean at least 10,000 people in Times Square on stage with Madonna at the height of her career, and I found her to be, first of all, diminutive as hell. Just like a midget. I mean, 5'3", something like that. So that that very smart business woman is a tiny person, and I didn't come away thinking, oh, that's a good gal or a bad gal. It was just sort of nothing. It was, you saw nothing in those eyes. Well, now you see a lot in that face. She's blaming ageism and misogyny for the fact that folks are making fun of her face at the Grammys. Madonna, listen to me, baby. It has nothing to do with ageism. It has nothing to do with misogyny. It has everything to do with some doctor screwing up your face and making you appear to be an alien or cat-like.
Yeah.
And but she also said it was a long lens camera that would distort anyone's face.
Oh God.
That's Madonna's excuse for her looking odd.
Well, no, yeah, you're right. It's plastic surgery.
No, she looks odd because of bad surgery.
Odd? She looks like Eric Stoltz in Mask.
Right? No,
it is horrible.
I mean, yes,
it
true.
It is freaking horrible.
It's bad, but Dave, would you get that?
Steven Tyler laughs at her. Okay.
Well, look, Steven Tyler looks like an old lady.
Well, Steven Tyler is more female looking than Madonna these days.
Yeah.
And the way she's dressed, come on, she's a grandma. Isn't she like 64, 65? Stop it already.
Still thonging it up.
Yes. Yeah, and can you imagine if you pull that thong off, how that must smell? No, that's something you don't want to. Not even a tiny waft of that, right?
You know what?
Am I wrong?
Well, you're not wrong, but I wouldn't turn it down.
Wow.
Okay, that's my brother Mart.
I wouldn't turn it down.
Yeah, another reason for it, and I doubt there are any female viewers and or listeners to Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio right now, but if there are, just another reason to think about my brother as being, he's creepy and icky. He's creepy and icky.
Who just said that? You said that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm one of
That's
those...
your opinion, and by the way...
Yeah? What?
They can comment if they want to, and they can tell me if I'm icky and creepy, and I'm not.
Okay, please feel free to do that on rumble.com. Comment, won't you? We got an entire hour, perhaps, next on Outlaw Radio.
She gave you everything she had, but she was young and dumb. She just turned 21. She didn't care to hang around. So when it came down, while she was nowhere to be found, this life can turn a good girl bad. She was the sweetest thing that you had ever seen. You're such a delicate boy in the hysterical realm of an emotional landscape and physical terms. With your cherry lips and golden curls, you could make grown men gasp when you'd go walking past them in your hot pants and high heels. They could not believe that such a body was for real. It seemed like rainbows would appear whenever you came near. The clouds would disappear because you looked just like a girl. Your baby blues would flash and suddenly a spell was cast. You're such a delicate boy in the hysterical realm of an emotional landscape in physical terms. You hold a candle in your heart. You shine a light on hidden parts. You make the whole world wanna dance. You bought yourself a second chance. Go, baby, go, go. We're right behind you. Go, baby, go, go. Yeah, we're looking at you. Go, baby, go, go. Oh, we're right behind you. Go, baby, go, baby. Yeah, we're right behind you. Go, baby, go, baby. Oh, we're right behind you. Go, baby, go, baby. Yeah, we're looking at you. Go, baby, go, baby. Oh, we're right behind you. Go, baby, go, baby. Yeah, we're looking at you. Hold a candle in your heart. Go, baby, go, go. Shine a Yeah, we're looking at you. Go, baby, go, go. Oh, we're right behind you.
This is good. It really is. What are they? Well, post-puff cornflakes. You guys asked me to come up here and eat some of this cereal.
Tell me how they're different from plain cornflakes.
It has the taste of cornflakes when you first start to pour the milk on, but it keeps the taste. It's kind of a nuttier taste, you know, because of the crispness. Much, much crispier. Listen.
Why do you think it is crispier?
I think because they're puffed up. Can you see? They're like hollow on the inside, and it's a shell of crispy cornflake.
Do you think you're getting cheated because it's hollow inside?
No, I don't think I'm getting cheated at all, because I think I get more flake, in fact, because there's one on top and there's one on the bottom, like this, see? And that way it's like getting two flakes in one. Guys are sitting around inventing this stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know. You can close down your laboratory now because I think you got a winner.
New post-puffed cornflakes. Puffed to be...
Hi, it's Cheech Marin, and you're listening to one of my favorite DJs, Magic Matt.
Here we go. All right. It's for you, Jeff. Body rotten, Conaway past.
Body rotten, decaying so fast.
Pungent odor of flesh potpourri.
It smells worse than a taxi.
Conaway will marinate in soil, earwigs, and worms. Tell me more. Are there maggots and flies? Tell me more.
In his ears and his eyes. Racing taxi in Babylon 5.
It don't mean nothing if you're not alive.
Sleeping pills, what could they harm?
A one-way trip to the fossil farm. Conaway's done, the fat lady's son. But overhead rotting corpse.
Must the stench come in waves?
Didn't Mike dig the grave?
Body turns colder, that's where it ends.
Brother Mart has no famous friends.
He'll make one up some way, somehow.
Wonder who Mart will stalk now. James Kotak, Robert Hayes, Prescott Niles, or will it be Ryan
I hate to tell you that. I hate to tell you that, but you are all Marty Fobbs, and I'm leaving to the party.
That's it.
We're
I'm
Marty
out.
Phobes.
I have never heard such hatred. and
Marty
such
Phobes.
despicable thoughts.
Nice.
Your stomach. Doohickey, you know, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
He just passed out.
Yeah.
Hey, that didn't sound too bad. Huh?
At the Light 'em Up Lounge.
Oh, man.
We're here with Matt.
Oh, yeah.
At the Light 'em Up Lounge.
Oh, little Outlaw Radio.
We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all his guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
I don't know. Well, I do know. How. Only one of the greatest songs of all time. Yeah.
The best.
You got the time. What is it, Billy?
I might be mistaken. God, so good.
Man,
How about one of the coolest riffs ever in rock and roll?
I would say, why don't they make music like this anymore? But there are some great bands out there making some good stuff, and Tattoo Dave has turned me on to a lot of them. That what is that favorite band of yours?
Shinedown.
That Shinedown is
they're awesome.
They are brilliant.
They're awesome.
Theory of a Dead Man.
Oh, Theory of a Dead Man is, and that's one of those bands I found for myself, and I got hooked on them watching all their videos. Not only are their songs perfection, but their videos are off the hook. But
both male lead singers, like, just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Incredible voices. But this man, Billy Gibbons, what a distinctive voice, man.
That's the man.
I love him. We're gonna get his ass back over here on the show in this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar.
We better get some tequila.
And he showed me personally.
Yeah.
Showed me how to play that riff right there. He goes, Marty, here's how you do it, man.
It's always about Marty.
Yeah, it's
Well,
always,
no, it's not
right?
about me.
Yeah, you notice that? He always makes it
he
about
was
himself.
at the show, hanging out,
All
playing
right.
my guitar.
And he showed you how to do it. Okay.
I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, man. No, it was fun.
LaGrange, Texas. I spent an hour or two in LaGrange. I was on my way. I think I was spinning records at some dance hall, and I got lost. And so I went into a convenience store in the city of LaGrange, well, the town of LaGrange.
Yeah.
And I had to ask. I said, so where were or where are those houses of ill repute? And man, did I it was a blank stare. And
escorted you right out?
The person behind the cash register said, nope, never heard of him. I kid you not. I'm not making this up. And I said, LaGrange, ZZ Top. They're talking about LaGrange, and obviously it was a town known.
Not nice girls out there.
For being inhabited by houses of ill repute. Like my dead buddy who used to own the Moonlight Bunny Ranch. God.
Like Mark C.G. Boyer, the Bunny Man.
Unlike Mark C.G. Boyer, who's wearing bunny ears today on, and by the way, every week now on our show that you can watch on rumble.com. But yeah, looked at me and I said, no, the whorehouses. Right. And he said, nope, we never had any of those here. You know what that was? They didn't
denial.
They didn't think it was cool at all.
No, I know.
Complete utter denial.
Yeah, these are some cool Texas people with great values, and they didn't like their beautiful town LaGrange being known as the town of whorehouses. And so I respect that guy to this day, man. It's like, nope, I'm sorry, I never.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I said, well, you've heard the song? Nope, never even heard the song. What is that band?
ZZ what?
ZZ Top.
Now, when you're talking, by the way, that's not a Texas accent, and you're making them sound stupid, Mart. They're not stupid people, Texans.
Hey, I don't think I did.
They're great, and, well, if you listen back to that.
I said ZZ Top.
Okay, anyone in the bar, does that not make them sound stupid?
South African.
What?
Was that South African?
South African?
Okay.
No, that
ZZ Top?
No,
It's got to be ZZ Top.
No, that would be South African. Yeah. Okay, have we put to rest that Madonna blaming ageism and misogyny on her weird looks and a long lens camera?
Is BS.
Okay, so we put that to bed. Yeah. I've also mentioned Gloria Allred is representing Helena Hutchins' family in the new lawsuit against Alec Baldwin, which is, I don't know, is that a good idea? She's not a great attorney.
No, man, get Shapiro.
It's all publicity. It's all going to bring it all high into the.
Yeah.
By the way, like Matt said, the movie's it's gonna make a lot of money now because they're gonna want to watch this movie.
Well, do you think it'll be a wide release, or we'll find it on Netflix or one of these?
I would imagine now because of the publicity,
They're gonna go wide.
It's going to be theater only.
Yep.
Yeah, but because of the backlash, though, I think that there could be some fear in putting that into a theater or even on a Netflix or an Amazon. You know,
and the family of her family might stomp that down a little bit.
You know, you got to remember that this whole thing is a chess game, and they're going to do what they do because they're going to try to get Alec Baldwin in jail.
Well, yeah, of course.
Which I don't think is going to happen, but it could, and if they keep elevating it.
But Dave, why shouldn't he go to jail?
You know, as a producer,
no,
he should go to jail.
Well,
I agree that he should go to jail.
Yeah, but hold on.
He is in charge of the decisions made as an actor.
But he also shot the damn gun.
Right. That's what I'm saying. As an actor, then it becomes the armorer.
It was negligent.
The armorer is the person on the set in charge of all firearms.
Yeah, but Dave, it was negligence on both parts.
Right.
But not really. But.
Well, what do you mean not really?
Okay. I'm telling you there's a fine line. I'm telling you Alec Baldwin as the actor in the movie is not responsible for being handed a gun loaded.
But shouldn't he be trained? Shouldn't he be trained with a firearm before or something to check it himself? The main thing with a firearm, you make sure that thing's clear. Clear
That's the armorer's job. It's the armorer's job. I deal with it every day on SWAT.
But when you're holding a piece in your hand, what's the first thing you do when you grab it from someone?
Okay, let me ask you this, Marty. Are you going to look at a gun and know whether there's a blank or a live round?
I'm going to spin the. It
doesn't matter.
Right?
They look the same.
I'm going to spin it. I'm going to empty it. I'm going to make sure it's clear, and then I'm going to look at the loads, and I'm going to make sure there's not a lead in
there.
Well,
let's go back. Let's go back in time, and let's jump in the Wayback Machine. Terry Kath in the in the 70s, right here. The cigarette's still in my lungs from Billy Dilly.
No, it's your brother Marty.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. He doesn't. Nobody smokes cigarette packs all at one time like Billy Dilly, and fills up the room. I mean, where smoke you can't even avoid. Yeah. And yes, I'm the guy smoking a cigar. Different animal.
Yep.
Cigarettes and cigars are as different as cigarettes and cigars.
So where were you going with this?
Yeah.
You were somewhere.
I don't know. Somebody help me.
Yeah.
We're talking about Alec Baldwin and the gun.
All right. Here's the deal.
No, you were asking me, Dave, a question. I said, what's the first thing if you're in a gun shop or you're at a gun show or whatever? Somebody hands you a gun and they say,
"All right, sorry to turn your mic down, but I did remember." So go back in the Wayback Machine. Terry Kath, so many years ago in the 70s, the group Chicago. Terry Kath, according to think of one of the world's greatest guitar players.
Yes, sir.
Think of one of the world's greatest guitar players of all time who died prematurely. Who would that be?
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Okay, think of another one even more famous.
Okay, Randy Rhoads.
Oh, wow. This is a tough putt for me. This is a tough show.
I don't know if that's a good...
It's a tough show. When you think of, perhaps, the most famous guitar player who passed away prematurely, who would that be?
Jimi Hendrix?
Boom! Leave it to Mr. Bunny Ears, Mark C.G. Boyer, to hit it on the head.
You're hired.
Jimi Hendrix went on record as saying the greatest guitar player of all time is a man named Terry Kath of the group Chicago. Terry Kath, in this valley that we emanate, spitting distance from where those miscreant woke lefties live in Hollywood. We're in the San Fernando Valley here in Southern California. It happened in this valley at a party one night. Mm-hmm. And Terry, a gun owner, messing around with a gun at a party. He picks up the gun, he puts it to his head, he takes the gun back down again, and a buddy of his said, "What? Don't do that. What are you doing?" Terry Kath then says, as he looks in the gun, he doesn't see a bullet in the chamber. He says, "What do you think I'm going to do? Blow my brains out?" That was if not the quote, very close to the quote from Terry Kath.
And the last thing he ever said.
The last words of Terry Kath before he accidentally shot himself in the head. It wasn't a suicide. The guy had the world. The guy was kicking ass with one of the biggest, if not the biggest rock band of all time at that time, Chicago.
You bet.
I mean, hit after hit after hit, and the guy loses his life. And I guess if you can take something from this story, live each day as though could be your last, because it could be. So look forward to something during that day, no matter what it is, whether it's a great steak and lobster dinner, whether it's spending some time with that loved one of yours, whether it's calling your daughter and having a nice conversation with her. Maybe you're looking forward to this beautiful cigar you've been saving. Maybe it's that 15 or 21-year-old bottle of scotch that you're planning on opening that night. Look forward to something, because it could be it. And I don't want to be ugly and morose about this, but it could be. So every day, make it a good one, man.
But Matt, could it be a pair of $6 bunny ears?
Well, Matt, how about this? How about not point a gun at your head? I mean, that's a takeaway, I think.
Yeah, that
is
too.
Be responsible and don't point a weapon at yourself or anyone else unless you intend to shoot.
So our big ass dumb President Biden, his State of the Union, it drew an underwhelming response from television viewers, with figures released showing the second smallest audience in at least 30 years. Second smallest audience in at least 30 years. The good news, and those who are Biden aficionados, they never even watched Sarah's friggin' rebuttal. And that was worth the 15 or 20 minutes. That was pure brilliance. That friggin' Huckabee, that new governor, that youngest governor, God bless her. God bless you, Sarah, for being spot on. And when she talked about the wokeness of the left, and that's what they are just barreling down on under a microscope with this wokeness and embracing it.
She hit it.
She is spot on. Yes. And God bless people like her. And it brings to mind, I've had a lot on my plate today. I hate excuses, but I'm just telling you, I wanted to have that little clip of that ridiculous, he had many snafus, but Biden, what the hell was it? Does anyone remember that when you couldn't understand what the hell he was saying, and then the audience applauds?
That's almost everything. It's hard to single them out.
It really is. It's damn near impossible. So let's play a little Biden snafus, and I'm going to play these until you like them.
Have you taken a cognitive test?
No, I haven't taken a test. Why the hell would I take a test? Come on, man. That's like saying before you got in this program, if you take a test where you're taking cocaine or not, what do you think, huh? Are you a junkie?
What do you say to President Trump, who brags about his tests and makes your mental state an issue for voters?
Well, if he can't figure out the difference between an elephant and a lion, I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
What the hell?
Yeah.
What that is the man.
That's Commander-in-Chief.
That is the man with more power than any other person in the world. Doesn't this frighten you?
A little scary.
Did you watch that? Look, come on, man. I know you're trying to goad me, but, I'm so forward-looking to have an opportunity to sit with the president or stand with the president in debates.
Uh-huh.
There can be plenty of time.
He's now dyslexic.
And by the way, as I joke with him, I shouldn't say it. I'm going to say something I probably shouldn't say. Anyway, I am.
Wait, what's new?
Oh, God.
That's all you do.
Say
You big dunderhead.
I am very willing to let the American public judge my physical and mental as well as my mental fitness.
I mean, isn't that enough? and you morons voted for him.
But how does it make us look to the rest of the world?
Oh,
right.
So
we're a
Dave, we're an embarrassment.
well,
It's a joke.
Hence the balloons.
God.
Hence the balloons.
Yes.
Yeah, another one just yesterday over Alaska.
Oh no, they're going to keep. They're going to.
Another loon bites the dust.
So the best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to. Anyway.
Yeah. We'll figure out what you're talking about.
No,
we're going to get a lot done.
No, we won't.
Well, that's what he wants.
I mean, you can imagine our president saying, "Well, anyway."
Anyway.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Well, we don't have to imagine, Mart.
Citizens, here's the simple truth: Democrats carefully planned and carefully orchestrated reckless, disruptive cyber activities in order to steal this election from President Donald Trump and the American people. We've succeeded in catching the federal government off guard and unprepared. It was carried out by using sophisticated cyber tools. And I deserve credit, particularly for setting the landscape to compromise our systems to ensure Trump lost. Thank you.
All hail. Thank you.
I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure. I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure.
Can you decipher that, Dave?
I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure.
One more time.
I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure.
All right, one more time.
I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure.
Oh my God.
No, Mark figured it out. What do you say, Mark?
Strategy to pressure.
Oh, is that it? See, had we known, if we had you, then
it's a Babel course.
Oh, is that what it is? It's Biden Babel.
It's a Babel course.
Okay,
yes.
all right.
I wonder if that's a language on the Babel.
Citizens, Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans, they believe American people deserve free and fair elections, and that democracy must be defended. But they're wrong. I believe American democracy has to fail, and I believe it's my duty to decide elections in America, and that's precisely what we're doing. To tell the truth, in the 2020 election, Donald Trump and the Republicans, they were cheated. I believe we can and must do that again. I will not respect the Constitution. I want to succeed in thwarting the will of the people.
Thwarting.
That's why I give power to partisans and cronies to undermine democracy itself. America must choose blind loyalty to a single leader and a willingness to engage in political violence. The freedom to vote must be taken from you, the American people. That is the work of my presidency, a mission I believe in with my whole soul.
There are things that you will hear on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio you won't hear anywhere else, because we speak the truth. Old Rob Reiner calls Kevin McCarthy disgraceful for scowling during Biden's State of the Union, but somehow fails to mention Nancy Pelosi ripping Trump's speech, ripping it in shreds during Trump's speech. But it's disgraceful Kevin McCarthy was scowling. It's the partisanship of what is happening in America in 2023 is remarkable. Remember the days Tip O'Neill, Ronald Reagan, they'd do their little dog and pony shows, and then they'd have a drink at the bar.
Yep.
When Democrats and Republicans were still Americans. They were Americans first. That is not the way it is today. It doesn't exist today. So you got a big friggin' idiot stick like Rob A-hole Reiner attacking House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, calling him disgraceful for scowling. But of course, the legendary Hollywood director, and you know, it's too bad that he was responsible for one of the funniest friggin' movies of all time.
Yeah.
But he was. And so he's really good, it appears, at directing. He's really good at that. Spinal Tap was off the hook.
It was
great.
one of the best movies ever.
Just great.
Yeah.
But he appears to have forgotten the former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi ripped up a copy of President Donald Trump's State of the Union address.
I don't forget that.
I mean, that only happened, 3 years ago, for God's sakes?
Yep.
And our buddy... And he is our buddy. So for those of you watching us on Rumble.com or listening to us on great radio stations throughout America, if you're hearing this for the first time, you might want to be compelled to scratch your noggin. Yes, I have been a friend of Ron Jeremy for at least 20, 30 years. He's that porn guy. He's that porn star.
Yeah.
But I saw the other side of this man. Well, I guess everyone did, didn't they? they saw every side of this man.
I mean, Matt, when you brought him to the show a few times, well, he's come over a couple of times, and what a gentle, nice.
Well, gentle is a thing, and so okay, we don't know who the person is outside of the confines of, well, say for example, this specific 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar. But I will tell you. In my opinion, the man ain't a rapist. He didn't have to rape. He's an icon, and now
he's rotting in jail.
But it's a terrible thing. You know, I want to say this poor guy, and I sort of feel like this poor guy, Ron Jeremy, has now been committed to a mental hospital after being declared unfit to stand trial. He has 30 counts of sexual assault due to suffering from severe dementia. Okay. The assault charges is not due to the severe dementia, but the fact that he's going to be put into a mental hospital, I think maybe he has a feasible attorney. He or she saw this as the only way out for Ron Jeremy. And he's 69 years old, man. He was sort of living the life. The guy is not a drinker, not a smoker.
Never has been.
And as far as I know, I don't know this for a fact, but he certainly didn't do it around me. And I've been to many a dinner with this man as well. So once again, you're thinking to yourself, geez, Matt, what sort of miscreant are you? I don't look at it that way because I've never done those things. I've never smoked marijuana, for God's sakes. Now, am I saying that because I think I'm better than you? Yes, I do.
That goes without saying.
But there's a point to be made here. What an a-hole. I believe, and this is certainly only my opinion, I think these women are full of crap with these rape and sexual assault charges. I think they're lying through their friggin' teeth. I think that things didn't work out well in their life, so let's take this guy down for everything he's got.
And they're trying to get a buck out of it, man.
No.
No, what do you mean no?
No, it's not about money.
Well, what's it about then?
It's about this woke civilization that we live in. It has nothing to do with money because they're not going to get anything.
Well, hold on a second, Tattoo Dave. As my buddy Rick Dees has always said, he said, Matt, it's not about the money. It's about how much.
Ooh. Not about the Benjamins?
Yeah. So sort of follow the money. I think many of these broads were looking for a cash out.
Easy cash.
Yeah.
Oh, what? And because they didn't get it, then it went.
Yeah, and their life didn't turn out so well. All right, a lot to get to in the last half hour of Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Sometimes on YouTube, unless we're banned, and on Rumble.com.
Just one more time.
passive aggressive has a new home. You're listening to Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen.
It's Outlaw Radio time!
Welcome back, my friends. A radio show that makes you want to holler. Outlaw Radio with little old Magic Matt from the San Fernando Valley. You know, I was thinking about the other day, I was thinking about Leon Russell, having nothing to do with this song, but sometimes non sequiturs are us. And where do I buy my non sequiturs? A little store down the street called Non Sequiturs Are Us.
I've been there.
Well,
It's
yeah.
a great store.
Well, it used to be Toys R Us. And
A little bit overpriced.
There was a little dive bar next to it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there was, and this is the honest to God
Candy
truth.
Canyon.
Weiler's.
Yeah, no.
Candy Canyon.
Candy Canyon. This little dive bar. I mean, next door.
Yes.
To Toys R Us. Now, how could that be done? I mean, would zoning permit such a thing? What happened was, because the dive bar was there first, they had their lease and they were already zoned in.
Yeah.
Now, how zoning would allow Toys R Us to be built right next to a dive bar, I don't know. But I found it fascinating to the point where, well, I visited this dive bar a few times, and oh my God, something just came to me.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was that was a bad idea. One night, and I bet, Mart, were you there?
I was there with you.
With my former manager and business partners, Mary and Abraham.
Yes, sir.
And this is one of those rare times in my life when I am free as a bird. I am in between relationships. And I'm not that guy who picks up some strange.
I am.
Yeah, of course you are, Mart. We know, we know you have low moral standards.
Oh no, not
But
that.
well, that's exactly what you. That's exactly what you just said. But I'm not that guy. But I was that guy that night. And this little Middle Eastern gal, do you remember her?
Yes,
Mart?
sir, man. I remember this night like it was yesterday.
And was she not smoking hot?
Absolutely smoking hot.
So I invite. Okay, I shouldn't be talking about this, but I'm going to talk about it. This will be the first time I believe I've mentioned this. And by the way, my lovely former producer will say, yes, that's a good reason to be away from him. Okay, fine. There's so many reasons. All those lovely women in my life in the past, and I've done the numbers.
By the way, I think you're going to hear about this.
And by the way, I've done the numbers, and this is why I'm paying today. But this lovely little Middle Eastern gal, and I've got the house in the hills of Encino, and I decide, well, she's got a blonde friend. All right, I turned down. I shouldn't be. I'm going to tell you. I turned down a threesome years ago, about 1989, 1990.
God, I can't tell you how many times I'm disappointed when you tell me this story.
Okay, fine.
It is disappointing.
Fine. Be disappointed. And I'm, I'm a free guy. I don't have a girlfriend at this time, and I'm sort of seeing this gal by the name of Stacia. She owns a company called Blondes Are Us.
Of course.
And it's an exotic dancer company, and she's always been a great businesswoman. And to this day, I think she sells real estate now in the middle of California. She's a smart businesswoman. And
she also owns Non Sequiturs Are Us.
And we
oh, she does.
And we had a great time for a few weeks, and she said, Matt, I want to bring you a present for your birthday. And that would be a friend of hers. And this gal, most notably, did a little dance to Devil Went Down to Georgia from Charlie Daniels in my living room.
This is hard to hear.
But she wanted to bring over a friend, and I don't know what it was. It's just, see, I have, and this, I have a certain.
Stop it.
Okay, I'm going to turn your mics down. I have a certain morality, and I'm not saying that this is a moral issue because if you're free, but I don't know. A lot of God-fearing people would probably say, well, 2 women, 1 woman's too much. I mean, the yakking and the yakking, but this was not about yakking. This was, I think, about sexing. And yes, I turned it down. I said no. Now, fast forward, little dive bar next to Toys R Us.
Yes.
And I'm not telling you where it was, Topanga Canyon here in the San Fernando Valley. And a great little dive bar.
And Matt, really quickly, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
This is my brother Mart.
But I have to tell you that my friend Petey that owned Petey's place, she was a bartender. I wasn't privy to this until she said, Marty, I was the bartender at Candy Canyon.
Then I may have met her.
Yeah, the little German blonde.
Yeah. Okay, but there's another little piece of info that means nothing. Now, now let me move on. Okay,
I'm out of here.
It's a tough room. It's just tough room.
It is a tough room.
And stop starting your sentences with "you know what." Okay,
what?
so
If I'm being honest.
if I'm being honest about this, honestly,
I can say, you know what.
All right.
okay. Well, you proved that. All right. So follow me on
How
this.
was the Chinese food I got
So
for you the other
so this love. What does that mean, Mark?
I don't know. Did it stop?
What does that mean?
Because it was overpriced.
No. What Mark's trying to say is he bought overpriced Chinese food and I ate it. So I owe you for that?
No.
That's exactly what you meant.
No, it's not. Exactly.
Mart, I know people. Mart, I know people. I know you.
You don't know me then.
Oh, don't. How frustrated must this be that I can turn your mic down?
Was it good? What was it?
No, you got to be pissed.
I don't care. What?
No, it was fine. And we're not talking about Chinese food.
all
We're
right.
talking about a Middle Eastern girl.
Okay.
In this dive bar. And she had this blonde friend who, by the way, double bagger, but incredible body.
Yes.
Do you remember her?
Oh,
Right. Not exceptionally gorgeous.
Aesthetically, face
but aesthetically, body-wise,
Oh,
was
boy.
awesome. So I'm thinking, okay, this could be the night. I make up for this. I bring the 2 of them. I mean, they drove in their own car, and we come back to the Encino Hills Ranch.
Oh, yeah.
And
It was like a massacre.
and we are in the bedroom, and the blonde is there, and the Middle Eastern gal is there. I'm thinking, and I promise you, I'm not embellishing. I'm not making this up. I kept the lights really low because the blonde gal.
Oh, no.
Oh no, because I don't want to see that face. But the little Middle Eastern gal, really attractive. And so now we're almost, the 3 of us are sitting there on the bed, and it's almost coming down, and then we lose the blonde gal, and I'm thinking, here we go again. I had a shot, and so I don't think it's in the stars for me, which is fine because I'll tell you this. It's like I was listening to Dennis Prager the other day, and he's talking about, back in high school, my friends would say, oh, no, you got to try sex with smoking marijuana. It's friggin' awesome. And he makes the best point that I agree with. Isn't sex just really good without any hallucinogens?
Yes.
Right? Isn't sex just really friggin' awesome?
You don't need anything.
Marijuana is not a hallucinogen.
Yeah, okay.
You're right, David.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad we cleared that up.
Just put it out there.
Yeah, because I didn't say it was. What I'm saying is, isn't it great? Because, and so now you're making me have to explain this. So many people say, well, on cocaine, sex is really awesome.
Not necessarily.
No. Sex without any sort of drugs, without anything
By the way,
else.
cocaine can make you.
Sex is really awesome. This is coming from a heterosexual male who enjoys it. I love it. It's cost me gazillions of dollars.
Was it worth it?
No, and not because and by the way, Dennis Hoff, my buddy, my dead buddy who owned the Moonlight Bunny Ranch in Reno, Nevada. I had anything I wanted carte blanche. I never partook.
No, you didn't.
I never. Thank you, Mart. I never, ever, and I explained to him one day, I said, Dennis, I'm not a gay guy, but I want at least the illusion that the woman is sort of into me, not for the money. I want the illusion at least. And at a house of ill repute, there is no illusion. I mean, you pay, and by the way, God bless it. I think it's a great thing. I got no problem with legalized prostitution.
I love it
whatsoever. I think it keeps the nut bags. I think it keeps rapes down. I really do.
Yep.
Because those guys who need it or want it, and maybe I'm wrong because I can just I just sense psychologists or psychiatrists say, Matt, that's not about that. It's about domination. It's about a man having the need to be nasty and inflict pain on a woman. Okay.
No.
You know what? You psychiatrists, psychologists, you're nutbags.
I have a question.
You're worse than your clients. So it didn't happen, but it did happen. I will tell you, and this is why I was reticent in telling the story. This was an official one-night stand with this very cute Middle Eastern gal.
Oh, wow.
And that was a very fun night. I never saw her again, and the rest is history. Tattoo Dave.
Yes, sir.
Question.
You had a question.
My question was, you said we lost the blonde. How did you lose the blonde?
She sort of disappeared, and so obviously she wasn't into the concept of
yeah.
She dipped out, and Matt. The thing is,
and by the way, Mart, didn't she end up outside with you guys in the back?
Yes.
Right?
By the way, I was thinking...
I'm guessing Marty tagged her.
No, I was with my ex at the time.
Oh. Yeah.
And I was thinking, okay, this might work out with us, with a blonde.
Yeah.
And guess what? She bailed on us.
Oh, she did.
Oh, yeah.
Well, listen, God bless her. I just think everyone should have a happy day as long as they're not hurting anybody else.
Yeah, man.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
And I've experienced threesomes, and well, as people that have listened to the show for several years know that I've done this. I have no regrets. I've always had a great time.
Oh man,
always a great time. Always a great time.
You know what? A buddy of mine in Philadelphia, who if you ever think that I don't have friends who are on the left, I do, but they are good friends who don't want to talk politics, and we appreciate each other's sensibilities outside of politics. A buddy of mine from Philadelphia, and he was engaging in this when he was old.
Mm-hmm.
This guy was an old man in his 50s. See, that was back when I was in my, I was 32 years old, and I was doing a morning radio show in Philadelphia. So I'd look at this 55-year-old, that old bastard.
Oh, boy.
Wow, how times, whew, doggy. It's a blessing and a curse, but whoo, doggy. He would
should have been your hero.
Yeah, well, he was. No. I know. I loved what he did. I just thought he was old.
Now we're all old because you've
anyway
labeled us.
Here's his girlfriend was a college girl, about 24 years old, and he mentioned, she would bring friends over, and he said the most erotic thing for him, and he said, Matt, if you ever experience this, I know you'll agree with me because we have sensibilities that match. Maybe not politics, but sensibilities that match. He said, it's when two women kiss.
Absolutely.
I knew you were going to
right?
say
100%. And I'm gonna tell you
because I will tell you this. I'm thinking other things, but he said no. It's when they kiss.
No, that's it. And, there was one time. I'm not going to mention who this was, but it was back in the day.
And don't be graphic. And by the way, for those of you listening to us on conservative radio stations,
sorry,
no. These are just the facts. And I'm a conservative friggin' guy, and I love America, and I certainly don't vote friggin' Democrat. I vote Republican, even though I have a huge problem with the Republicans, but we have no choice.
But let me know.
You have to vote Republican unless you're a dimrod. Yes?
All right, so I agree with that 100% because there was one time, I'm not mentioning names, but it was years ago, and I was in a bedroom with two girls, and one happened to be we were together. The other one was from Texas.
Are you just going to say and they kissed and it was
no,
erotic?
No. Here's the thing.
Because we only have a second here.
Well, yeah. I said I wanted them to kiss. And by the way, that was the hottest moment.
Okay, so he did. He did exactly what I just said, right?
Man, anything.
There was no story there. There was no story, and I have control of his mic. That's got to make him frustrated. It's got to piss him off. What is that, Mark?
Mark's trying to pass the bunny ears.
To Mark?
You know what,
to
man?
my brother?
At this point, because of the mic.
You're going to wear
I
them?
have control of your mic. I can turn you on.
All right. Okay, so we'll do a little ditty next, and then we'll say aloha. But we have one more segment. Thank you for being there with Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
Trapped in a dive bar on the politically incorrect side of the tracks. Radio from the Hollywood fringe. Smoking, drinking, interrupting. Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen. Scratching your audio itch every Saturday.
What the hell just happened? Wow. I'd like to blame it on Mark C.G. Boyer, Mr. Bunny Ears.
A little feedback.
Well, blame everything else on me. Why not?
Feedback, yak. All right, so another show where yours truly, Magic Matt, is not only hosting but producing. It's not easy, man. It's not easy. I don't expect anyone to feel sorry for me. I mean, I am in a 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar, able to smoke cigars, enjoy a little quaff of whiskey on occasion. So things aren't that bad. But, I want to give you... I honest to God want to give you the best show possible. And I know that I can't do that if I'm producing as well. So we're going to get Tattoo Friggin' Dave back here.
Yes.
And have him produce this thing so I can
get back to where you once belonged.
Let me show this to you on Rumble where the hell is this, man? And I'm obviously not a very good director, but that's where I stand, behind that microphone behind the bar.
Get back.
That's where I am.
Yeah.
You're still on Get Back, Mark?
Oh my God, he is just after me. Anything I say today.
No, then
you're just after me. You know what, Matt? Kick me off the freaking show.
Then say smart things.
Kick me off the fucking.
There we go. There's a bleep.
Now you're pissing me off.
Oh gosh. Well, I wouldn't want to do that.
Well, I mean, I don't know why you're after my ass today, dude. But you really, not just me.
Tattoo Dave, do you have any idea? Is it me or is it things that he utters?
Can I plead the fifth on this one?
I don't blame you.
Hey, Dave. You know what, dude?
Okay. Before next week, and by the way, next week there's a very good chance we will be both on YouTube and Rumble.com at the same time for the live broadcast. Now, there's also a good chance that YouTube will ban us completely. So we'll see what happens. I think I got a kick out of this. Working class hero Bruce Springsteen shutting down as fans can no longer afford $5,000 concert tickets. So Springsteen, this man loves to boast about Mr. New Jersey guy, his working class roots, but fans are now abandoning the boss because ticket prices for his upcoming tour have soared as high as $5,000 stinking dollars. That's a working class guy who cares about you. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. These people on the left, they care about you as long as you are not taking away their livelihood. As long as it's not in their backyard. That's called the NIMBY effect. Not in my backyard. And is Springsteen a great performer? I guess he is. He's made a gazillion dollars. He's never been my cup of tea.
Me either.
But that's me. That's me. And I think that's Tattoo Dave.
Really, Dave?
So you got
me too.
Yeah. So you got
not me.
Can't stand him.
You got everybody on the bar here.
Mark likes him.
No, he does.
No, Mark is also. So you have no fans of Springsteen here.
Bye, Springsteen.
Isn't that weird how we all sort of agree on that?
Boring.
The best thing he ever did.
Well, I'll tell you that. That's called. Oh wait, what's the song I always bring up?
No, it has nothing to do with the song.
No, but Born to Run. That was his best song.
No, I didn't say song. I said the best thing.
Yeah, what?
He brought Courtney Cox up on stage and made her famous.
Yes, and you're right.
That's the only thing he ever did.
Even though I met her over at the Playboy Mansion one time.
She's a mess.
No.
You should see her now.
Did you meet her, Mart? Okay.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Courtney Love.
Okay, so
she's a mess.
She's a mess.
I worked with her.
So I met Courtney. Courtney Cox at the Playboy Mansion, and man, did that broad have her nose in the air.
I'll tell you what, she looks a lot like Madonna these days.
Matt, the thing.
Hey, Tattoo Dave. Yeah, saw a picture of her
it's
recently.
bad.
Oh my
bad.
God, it is bad.
And the answer
Why can't these chicks grow old gracefully?
It's unbelievable.
Shirley Jones, our buddy on this show, the great Shirley Jones.
Perfect.
Shirley Partridge from the Partridge Family. She's about 86, 87, hasn't had
not an ounce of surgery. She's perfect.
And she's beautiful.
Yeah, she still is.
And she's beautiful.
Yep.
God love you women who don't let this friggin' surgery get in your way.
It's not our fault that we get better with age. Just let it go.
And by the way, any female that is honest will admit to that.
Well, they do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. So that's got to be a bitch, right? And I guess that's why we are put through hell by the females, because they know that.
They want to kill us.
They do. All right, until next week, thanks to everyone on the show. Don't forget, bumblebees can't fly.
My baby's the modest type. She don't go for fashion and all that hype. She's not a supermodel or a movie star. She's the lady with the big cigar. Hey, hey! She smokes them day and night. Hey, hey! She makes me feel alright. She's flirting with the fellas in the corner bar. She's the lady with the big cigar. My baby loves to swing. She jumps on the floor when I do my thing. She jams with the band playing rhythm guitar. She's the lady with the big cigar. Hip, hip. She smokes some day and light. Hip, hip. She makes me feel alright. She's flirting with the fellas in the corner bar. She's the lady with the big cigar. She won't take no for an answer. She knows just what she needs. And if you are a dancer, my baby always leads. My baby cuts big deals in her brand new vintage wheels. She's working the phone while she's driving her car. She's the lady with the big cigar. Hip, hip. She smokes some day and night. Hip, hip. She makes me feel.
By the way, I just threw Mark C.G. Boyer under the bus for taking his son of a bitch and bunny ears off before the show is completely over. You know, I'm sure there are a few dangling participles still watching us on Rumble.com. And for that, I apologize. He loves Monty Python, but he doesn't know comedy.